Welcome in, everyone. Tonight we're starting off with chaos. Well, almost. But first off, we're going to get a quick update with all these fine fellows, and then we're going to kick things off and see what kind of chaos happens, as where we left off last time was right in the middle of combat. So without further ado, Matt, tell us what's going on with your streaming career.
I'm not sure I'd call it a career, but we stream.
We wish it was.
Streaming's been fairly quiet. I streamed with Lady Vengeance on Friday night. We played a little bit Diablo. It was fine. Lady's not having as much fun because her experience right now is that Demon Hunter sucks, man. Like, she played it during beta, and she was really happy with how it was, the power of it, and as soon as we've stepped in, like, we're now level 60-ish, coming up to 70, and her experience of these 60 levels has been absolutely shocking. And so she just feels like she hits like a wet noodle, she feels like she dies like almost instantly, and it just feels bad, man, right?
Yep.
So we're hoping that once we get to 70 that will start to improve, but it hasn't been a great time. She's obviously enjoyed playing together, just not the character. So it could be a number of factors. I don't know what it is, but
And this is Diablo what? 2, 3? 3.
With the latest season 28.
Shoot me what she has, and I can check with some people I know that have played it, and they might have some advice on like how to spec or gear or something that would help
Just
balance
as
it out.
she's leveling up, yeah. It could be, yeah.
Because
so, anyway, we did
like
that.
they mentioned real issues with if you don't level them up right, how they're very underpowered, or if you don't get the right gear, they're very underpowered. So I have heard that.
Seems like a poor
before.
Design choice, right? Like to
Yeah.
cripple what someone chooses just for no reason, right? Anyway, beside the point, played some Borderlands with her, but I didn't stream it yesterday. I was feeling pretty crappy. And like this last weekend, I don't know, I've just been really tired. I had to like go for a nap like 4 or 5 different times yesterday because I was just dead. I don't normally do that. It felt like a return to old fatigue times, and I don't want to go back there. So I'm just sort of wrestling with things a little bit as far as that goes. But campaigns are going great. Like, so streaming is a side thing, but campaigns are fantastic. Had some brilliant moments during the week.
Good.
I'm running a city. Mostly we're in this city in Eberron, and because of some things, not entirely the character's fault, but by some of the actions that they were doing and some of the things that were going around, one of the districts, an entire district, has kind of gone poof, and that is going to have some ramifications next week, and it's very exciting. So going very well with that. So very pleased about that. Less pleased about streaming.
Yeah, I get that.
That's me.
Well, I'm glad your campaigns are going well. That's good. They're important for sanity's sake, right? That's why we're all here. Azrael, what about you, man?
Hey, so that didn't really stream this week. It was really busy, like family stuff. I don't know. Like the life of a dad is very up and down. Like,
I get it.
So my kids are 7 and 9, and I still rarely I find time. I try to find time whenever I can. But I still it was a really good week from like a gaming perspective. I like with Matt was saying about like Diablo. I feel similarly about Elder Scrolls Online, and I know that like it's like every patch, because so the way that they do patching is they do arcs. They have like each arc is like a year long, and so this arc is they went back to Morrowind again. So if you played Morrowind, that's the area that they're going back to now, and it is they're bringing in a brand new class, so they're having to rebalance. Like that new class is going to be heavily like really powerful, and all the other classes are going to get like semi nerfed, and so everybody's having to change up builds, and it's kind of like, you know what? I put all this time and effort into making this build,
I'm
and
just
now it's
done.
crap.
Yeah.
Now it's crap.
Yeah.
So now I have to go and have to make a brand new character with this class.
Well,
and
isn't that part of the problem with seasons and things like that? Because they want the newest stuff to be the best.
Yeah.
But then it's not balanced with other things.
So my understanding,
and it's
I follow a lot of streamers that also double as game devs and testers, and they literally they said that it's literally a design decision. Like the new content is always the most powerful at the beginning, and then it gets nerfed.
Yep.
And because the developer and publishers want
everyone to buy it, everyone to grab it. Yep.
And I did it. I paid the $50 for the content. I mean, that's just how it works. So that's
actually part of why I tend to avoid MMOs. I like them and I'd like to play with people, but I hate that aspect.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't work that way like with a single player game. I mean, like Horizon Zero Dawn, like that game's been out for what, 10, 12 years, and it's like there's nothing else. Like they added the expansion, and that was it. Like with Diablo 2, that was like that was just single player, and then eventually they added the MP on, right? So like it was it, and then there's no adding. Like you get those classes and that's it. But yeah, like ESO and Lost Ark and all these other MMOs that they keep adding classes, and like, hey, like, what are you gonna do to balance? Like, come on, there's all these other things that are still wrong. Please fix these things first, then you can start like good stuff, like the new stuff. So but that's a Bethesda thing. Like Bethesda, and so I bring that up because like ZeniMax is a subsidiary of Bethesda,
right?
And
well, the other way around,
always has bugs. Like they're like their stuff is like some of the most buggy stuff at the very beginning, like at the outset, and there's stuff that is still in Skyrim that is bugged AF.
Well, that's why you got to get that's why you have to mod it. You have to get the unofficial patch. Fix that stuff.
What about you, DM? What have you been up to?
Me, I've been trying to get Kingdom Come Deliverance done, and that's been a very, very long thing.
Still working on it.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's been a doozy. However, I've started working on what the next thing was going to be. Took a vote on Discord, and heard back from only a few people, but the strongest vote was for Wasteland 3. So we'll be doing a customized playthrough of that.
I'm really interested in that. I got it because it looks like right up my alley. Fallout in a RPG style, but with like. Well,
technically, it is more Fallout than people know, because the issue was they didn't get permissions to make Wasteland 2.
Oh.
And so they split off and made Fallout because they had to change the name.
Oh, and
so technically, Wasteland is Fallout, and the other way around. Fallout is Wasteland. It's just a derivative from it because you're told, no, you don't have rights to the franchise anymore, right? But they still want to make that thing. So what do? Well, we're going to come up with our own that's similar, but enough different we don't get in trouble.
And it's like XCOM-y, right? In the style, it's sort of like that.
Yeah, it's like turn-based.
You control a couple of characters, and they have a certain amount of action.
Well, that's what he means by XCOM-y, is that it's turn-based combat squad.
Yep.
Yeah, squad.
And the answer is yes. I'm making it where I have 6 party members instead of the 4 default, so that I can have a few more of the, named companions. I can have 4 of the actual named companions come along to do more of the dialogue that you'd otherwise miss, right? Because I don't want to do 5 playthroughs.
That's fair and reasonable.
Right? So I'm going to be having the main character, which they actually make you make 2 main rangers, and then you have 2 followers typically. Well, I'll have 4 followers, so we can pick those. Now, I am considering letting people choose the names and getting an editor potentially and changing the names on them. But I at least want to get from everyone what builds they want to see, so that we kind of have that. I did make a build for, you guys probably know the name since you played Fallout New Vegas, but Cook. I kind of looked at it and made a little build for Cook before.
Cool.
As well as, there's another one I did too, but basically, just come up with some fun builds.
Yeah, I remember playing it on Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, about a year ago, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I also went ahead and got it on Steam because it was on sale, and that way I got all the DLCs as well, so that we can go through those if we want to. So we'll see how that goes.
All right. Lovely to catch
Yeah.
up with everyone about what's
Absolutely.
been going on.
And without further ado,
Let's
get over to the blood. And, of course, the screen doesn't want to, but we'll kick things off. So if we look at the combat tracker, here we go. The enemy has 2 of them get to go first. And then you guys get to go. I believe we're at the top of the initiative order, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep. So yeah, 2 of them get to go first. Then Zid.
There we go. All right. I was trying to make it get up on stream so everyone could see. All right, perfect. So this is the combat list. I still need to get combat carousel going, but for some reason, life has not been nice on time.
Okay.
I know we all get that, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the guy here on the south is up. And so he is going to...
Could you start said encounter so we can track it?
I thought I did. I didn't.
I mean, I'm like, yeah, it's not started. It's just,
There we go.
Yeah,
There we go.
it's normal. All right.
Yep, no, it's good. Thank you for catching that. I appreciate it. All right, so we're going to step out, and he is going to lay into our good friend right in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
Blackstone pad to be shot at. We'll see if there's a death or not. This is a assault rifle,
Oh, good. He doesn't have a sniper. Okay, that's great.
and he's going to auto fire.
Okay.
It is a DV of 17.
Mm.
Oh, he just gets it.
Exciting.
Okay, so I can't so it's not a thing where I'm competing where it's like I'm competing, right? It's like he shoots and I can't really get out of the way.
Correct.
Okay.
Unless you have high enough
I don't.
dodge.
May look like it, but I doubt it.
I believe it's if you have 8, and I think it's reflex, then you're able to
Yeah,
do
I
a
have seven-
dodge.
I have a 7 reflex. I have a 10 evasion.
Give me a second. Carbide starts riff, range combat. Defenders. Dex. Yeah, if you have evasion skill.
He said don't forget to reset your lock.
Correct. Ten bullets in your mag. Yep. I'm trying to find what it was, because I think it was 8. And reflex, you're able to dodge.
Okay.
I'm
I
trying to-
can't dodge. It's fine. It's not a big deal.
Okay, I was trying to remember.
I just want to make sure that like, if I don't want to get shot.
Really?
Yeah, there it is. Ref of 8 or higher, you can choose to attempt a dodge of a ranged attack.
Well, if for some strange reason Blackstone decides to die, then my next character will have a ref of 8. It's fine.
Defenders. Okay, so yeah, range to target is the DV table. However, if they have a reflex of 8, they can do a dex evasion check
Okay.
to avoid being hit.
I don't have a ref of 8, so.
All good. I just wanted to clarify because
Absolutely.
that's one of those things that's good to know. And since we're down one of our players, right, I figured, well, let's take the time to look while we're short. Yeah, down
Absolutely.
2 players. So I'd much rather do that now than then.
Alright,
So.
so you're getting shot.
Yep.
Shoot me.
And so it is a D6. Where does it show what you get with auto fire?
Another thing that we haven't done.
That's why I did it. Because I'm trying to learn it. So I apologize. Thank you for bearing with me. Like I said, that's part of why I went with that instead of a single shot for right now. Because I'm like, we need to figure out how this works. We're first soul. Okay, so using auto fire requires 10 bullets. You use this combat roll for auto fire skill on another weapon. If you hit a target, 2d6 times amount, you beat the DV to hit.
Okay.
So they didn't beat the DV. Well, they beat the DV.
Does that mean...
They bet it. There's no... Like, 17 minus 17 is 0.
Yeah, so I'm thinking you get bonus of... Oh, 2d6 times the amount you beat the DV by. I think is bonus damage. Because I wouldn't think you'd do under the damage. So I think it's... You get a bonus damage of 2d6 per point over.
Cool.
Hey, something barbaric. Welcome in. Welcome, readers.
Welcome, readers.
Yay.
We're trying to try out this new system, and we're still learning it. Do you want to pull up the rulebook and see if you see anything different about it?
Yeah, I'll look at that.
Because
I will not do that. I found the web rules to be.
I was just gonna look on the clip or whatever it is.
Howdy, Dickle. Welcome. And I appreciate you joining the raid in. Did you have a fun time with the rest of your stream there, or something barbaric?
Here it is. Yeah. All right. So I'm looking for what? Excuse me.
Auto fire.
Okay.
It's an alternate fire mode.
Yep.
SMGs and assault rifles only. Go. I'm gonna get my rules set here to load too. Let's see.
Auto fire. Let's see. When you use auto fire, it costs an action and 10 bullets. If you don't have
Correct.
10 bullets remaining in your clip, you can't use auto fire. Use the auto fire skill instead of the weapons typical weapon skill.
Get that.
Additionally, instead of weapons entry on the range table, use its entry on the auto fire range table. Auto fire cannot be used to make an aim shot. If you hit, roll 2d6 for damage and multiply it by the amount you beat the DB to hit your target up to a maximum denoted by the weapon's auto fire. 3 for SMGs, 4 for ARs. The number is the amount of damage that auto fire dealt. If both dice came up 6, you've been put to the crit. Defender's armor reduces the damage you do as detailed later in this section. So I would say it's just 2d6.
2d6 for the moment. That's how I read that, yeah.
So you can do more, but you can technically do less.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And you're using 10 bullets to do it. So
correct.
You'd probably want 3, 4, 5 over the DV to make that kind of really worth it. And at that point, someone's going to be in a lot of pain.
Right?
Yeah, like I would expect like auto fire to only be worthwhile if you go over the DV, and if you have something with a high magazine clip.
Right.
I mean, SMGs and ARs are typical. I wouldn't expect like unless it's a modified pistol or a modified heavy pistol with like a really long clip. So here, like the DV, like the extra doesn't count because it's 17 minus 17, at least to me. So I would say, yeah, just 2d6, which feels really crappy.
Oh.
Unless I'm wrong.
Did that change? It did. See, I did a standard shot, a basic attack. So I did it wrong on the sheet. I was wondering why it was showing differently. Okay, never mind. I will leave that as a single shot. Because that's what it came out as. I don't know if it's going to benefit him or not. If it is, then I can go ahead and undo it and do the other. It wasn't auto fire. Oh, never mind. Auto fire would have been better for you. Would you like me to revert to auto fire?
I don't care. That's fine. I'll take the 12.
Okay.
I mean, to be fair, that's a really good roll for me.
Yeah.
For that much, so I'll take that.
I mean, it winds up being 1 point for you because you have decent armor.
Just shreds my armor a little bit.
It shreds it by 1, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it shows you.
It dealt me 1.
Yeah, it dealt you 1 and dealt 1 damage to your armor. So your armor is now 10 instead of 11.
All right.
So it did give you 1 shred on your armor. But that still shows you the value of armor. You just took 11 hit, or 12 hit, from a very powerful gun, an assault rifle shot, and you took 1 point of health loss. Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you all for your patience on that. Like I said, we're kind of new to the system. And since we're down a couple players, I was like, well, let's take the time to try out this. All right, this guy is going to step up. Oh, that guy's going to finish his move back into cover because, they're very stupid.
Yeah. So this one can still see me. At least the one that's up.
Oh, I need to verify something.
Okay.
Assault rifle from him to you, I believe, is still the same. No, it actually is DV 15. Okay. I want to make sure it didn't go up at all, because then it could have missed instead of giving you the damage. So that's why I want to verify. I like trying to make sure we did things correctly.
Absolutely.
We are on assault rifle DV. Yes. We're going to... Assault rifle is DV 13.
Wait. Okay, so the farther away they are, the higher it is, or the lower?
It is, well, if they are 0 to 6 yards, it's 15.
Yeah.
If they are 7 to 12 yards,
It's lower.
which they are
It's 34 meters.
34 meters.
That's kind of far, isn't it? Hang on.
Yeah.
34 meters.
Then why is it
37
saying it's
37
13?
yards.
18, 34.
Yeah. So what's the DB? Shit.
That's why I'm puzzled, because it's been accurate on the DV every other time.
It's
Yeah.
37 yards.
Mm-hmm.
37 should be... Oh, no. I was looking at the wrong line.
Okay.
26 to 50 is 13. So that is their best range, is 26 to 50.
Okay.
I was looking at the bow crossbow.
Hmm.
Okay, so yes, it is 13 here.
Okay.
And
Use it with your best shot.
Oof.
26 to 50 is their ideal range at DV 13
Cool.
for
Alright.
assault rifles. Sniper
Where are we
rifles, best range is a DV 15 at 51 to 100 yards.
Okay.
Okay, good to know. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Thank you
No,
for your...
it's
Ah,
fine.
well,
I'm glad we're figuring
this
this
is one of,
out.
like-
It's...
I mean,
It's
literally,
really
this is like
interesting.
this is session 8.
It
right?
is. And that's kind of the thing, right? It's like now with the lower head count players, it's kind of a good time to go ahead and make
figure
sure
all
we
this
get
stuff
these
out.
things correct.
I've not played a system where range affects it. Hello, Doc. Good to see
Welcome.
you, Raven.
And, ooh, he should have auto-fired,
Yeah.
but he didn't.
Sweet.
And just a standard fire. And he get a, ooh.
Oh, that's a fantastic. Okay. It's tickled. But
I don't even
yeah,
think
give
that
it nothing.
damages your armor because it didn't
doesn't.
pass it. Yeah, it didn't pass it. That is hilarious. You are getting
I'm really
lucky,
tonight.
right?
Yeah.
All right, that means it is now Zid's turn.
Alright.
All right, thank you all for your patience as that round bit went a little bit slow figuring that stuff out. Now we should be back picking up going quicker.
Okay.
Welcome, Raven. How are things?
Quiet right now.
Nice.
Thank God for that. Okay.
Walk around with him,
Yeah.
and he fall asleep. I'd sit down, still rocking him. He would wake up and start screaming.
Yep, I've been there, man. I've been there.
Absolutely.
So, got him to fall asleep a bit. Handed him off to my wife. She ate her dinner.
Yay.
So she's holding him, and he's still quiet. She's gonna try to put him down, and hopefully,
Thank you, wife.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed for you, bud.
Yeah. So for those of you watching, our good friend Raven here, who just joined us, you'll see his image there popped up. He has a newborn, and so that's why he's not always able to show up. And the other player had something going on with family, so he wasn't able to make it for right now.
So DM,
Yes.
can Zid actually see any combatants right now? It looks to me like he
No.
probably cannot.
No, he's heard 2 shots go out, hearing your good friend Blackstone be like, "Ow!"
Yeah.
as shots rang into him.
Alright. And can I use my action that I would normally use to fire to move a second time? I can't remember.
I know you can move and fire. I don't know that they allow you swapping that way.
Okay, I'll get you to have a look at that for me.
So you go ahead and start moving. I am looking into that.
I think I'm gonna move towards Blackstone because I don't know that anyone else is there. So,
Well, you probably saw the light flash from the hall there, so you know there is at least one on the right that shot at Blackstone as well. You didn't see the
There-
flash
there-
from one, and you saw the flash from the other.
Okay, that's a good point. Yeah, so hang on.
I mean, you're still fine to go that way. I'm just realistically, I
No,
think
no,
he
I
is
think-
astute enough to have picked up
Yeah,
on
it's a
that.
good point. It's a very good point. Alright, so yeah, so Zid will call out to Doc and he'll say, look, it sounds like Seamus and Blackstone might be under fire, but that there's light, there's muzzle fire coming from this direction. Zid is going
Okay.
to go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And I
5, 6.
confirmed you can go ahead and forgo your action to do something else to move a second time. It's called a run.
Okay, so Zid is gonna run. He's
So you
not.
can-
He's probably gonna hug to this rather than on the edge. You know.
Why?
But he'll run close to the thing, and he's gonna stop here.
Okay. I take it you're like flat up against the wall, so you're not like seen.
Yeah, he'll flatten himself up on the wall. Look at Doc, you know.
Doc.
Give him a thumbs up.
Get to cover.
And yeah. That's probably all I can do for
Yeah.
now.
Cool. All right. Now we're up to Seamus. So you guys can pick what you want Seamus to do since he's not here right now.
Maybe we get him in cover, but like because he could prepare an action to shoot if he can see someone.
I think you can hold action, yeah. Yeah, hold action. You must choose a specific event to trigger the action, a specific number in the initiative order.
So maybe he comes to either here or here and gets ready to shoot
Go for it.
anyone.
He has a move of 7, so he can move 7.
Okay. And is Seamus hurt at the moment?
No, he's not.
Yeah, I know.
He's at full.
What do we think, guys? Would Seamus move to this position, or this position, or this position? One of these.
I think he'd probably come down there with me and get in the corridor, like between, like in the middle part. I think he'd get in there and back me up.
Okay. He knows the guy who came around in front shot, but he does know that Blackstone got hit from the other direction too, because he saw him, pop to the side as he got hit.
All right, let's put him in this section of corridor and have him ready to shoot if he sees anyone pop out.
Right, you don't have permissions. I was like, why aren't you moving him? We're good. I figured it out. Alright, so you want to ready to shoot if he sees someone?
Yeah.
Shall be. And... Mr. Dork.
Okay. So if I could just get a little recap of what's going on. But I figure I know we're in combat, but who can we see? Where
Right
the
now you
shots
can't
come
see
from?
anyone, but you know that Blackstone's been shot twice. And you know one of them shot from the side because you saw the muzzle flash.
I think it's safe to assume since he can't move that much, he's gonna go to the right and like come in from behind. Because if they're firing that way, he comes in from behind. So
Okay.
he has all his equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna move 10, 2, so 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Technically, I guess he's gonna move here until he sees the guy. which that's his full movement.
You technically wouldn't see him there unless you're like hugging the north wall, because that guy's pinned up against the wall there. He's kind of hiding around. And did you do a double move, it looks like?
Sorry, yeah, he did a double move. He is hugging the bottom wall. So does going stealthily take, can that be done with a double move as well?
It's a good question. I will look into that while we move on.
And can you run stealthily?
That's the other thing I don't know.
If I can, then he's stealthily. If not, he has to double move. But he's going to try to hug the bottom wall. Assume if anyone comes past him or whatever, that's what he's trying. So they're both hiding, they don't see each other.
Correct.
Cool. Very good.
I mean, he probably heard you running, but not necessarily to exactly where you're at, because you're unseen.
Now, I know I can't ready in action, but can I equip a weapon? Like pull out the... Oh, wait a minute. I have... On character. The energy caster, do I have that out?
If you want to have it out, yeah, you can have one of your weapons currently out and held. It registers them all as equipped so that they're quickly available down below, right? But you technically have to pick which one you're currently equipped with.
Well, I'm assuming I can hold it in one hand, but I will need two hands to shoot it. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay,
It's two-handed.
So I'm holding it in. All right, so I'm holding it in one hand, while so I still have my fist out as well.
Okay.
All right, so that's what I'm doing, and I'm hugging the wall stealthily if possible. But we'll find out.
Sounds good. I just noticed a problem. Nope, we're good. All right. My brain was registering something off. Okay, so they can move it. 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's going to go running down, and when he sees Zid, he's going to be like, and do a pot shot at Zid.
Okay.
Because he doesn't like the idea of not doing anything.
That's fair and reasonable.
Right? If you aim, use alternate fire mode to see below. Shot or using, okay. Aim shot, you take a single attack with a -8. But you can target head, held item, or leg.
Okay. Wow.
So, for kicks and giggles, he's going to try that.
What's he aiming for?
I'm trying to figure out how the system works, so we're going for that. He's going for your head. Why not?
Okay.
It's the top one. It's the first one I read. Let's see. You can do head, held item, or leg. Standard shot without aiming is you hit the body. Okay.
Let's go.
It was just top what I read, so there you go. He's shooting for the head. All right, so we need to DV check, so we know what the DV is. Assault rifle at that range is going to be a 15. You are currently targeted. He needs to roll at a -8 and get a 15.
Nope. Nope.
He missed. He's going to duck back around the corner and be like, come on, 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 come on. How did I miss that? This guy
He doesn't have a big head.
is going to step up around the corner because he's going to head down to see where everyone was and run smack dab into our friend Terminal, who he's going to attempt to shoot, but seeing as he has an assault rifle, It's a DV of 17. And he's going to go ahead and auto fire because he's scared and just let loose.
She's like, oh,
What?
Hey, it makes sense, so I'm running with it.
Let's go.
Oh, no. I mean, he's trained, but you don't exactly expect to step around a corner and see Doc
Right there.
staring at you.
400 pounds of.
No offense, Doc, but you're kind of an intimidating, scary dude.
Which is funny because he couldn't intimidate anybody. He tried.
No, but, you know, your size
He is the least
is...
intimidating. He is a big teddy bear.
It's true.
It's just the low empathy that really...
Ooh, he got a 23.
What?
Ow!
That's gonna hurt.
That means he gets 8d6.
Okay, that's gonna hurt.
Because it's an assault rifle, so it's max of 4.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Ooh.
I'm standing.
Ooh. I am sorry, Doc.
Unless there's a massive damage thing, I'm still standing.
Well, it's not a crit because crits require you to roll 2 6s. But that's terrible.
Oh, I forgot about the armor. So that I
Yeah.
thought I was at 4. I'm at 14. Okay.
Yeah. Welcome back, Doc. How are you doing? I didn't think he would hit.
Medic in the group.
I did not think he was going to hit. Oh my. Yeah, because you had 50. He'd straight up. Yeah.
Yeah. How did he get? I'm just trying to figure out how he got 20. Oh, 8 plus 6 plus 9. Oh, yeah.
You good now?
No, I'm not good.
Well, I meant with the numbers, the calculations.
Oh no, yeah, I'm good with the numbers.
Okay. Yeah, no, that was, I was not expecting him to get that. That's crazy. But ow. Blackstone, your team really needs you to start improving things here.
Quick thing, my luck says 4.
Oh
Use
yeah.
my
That's no. You're back up. They used it last session. It was just
Okay. No problem.
yeah. There you
And
go.
I was down hit points 6, wasn't I?
You're down a little bit, not a lot, due to previous combat that happened right before we ended last session.
All right, no problem.
You got to peg a guy across the room.
You threw a guy into another guy, and it was brilliant.
Yeah.
And I might do the same thing now.
You literally meat chucked a guy at his friend, damaging them. Like, it was quite hilarious. Seeing
Smash.
Doc just pick a guy up and just huck him. So, you're up, Blackstone.
Great, awesome.
And
Okay.
Doc just took a 40-point hit,
Ouch.
taking 30 health loss, as this guy just laid into him with auto weapon, just boop, 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 boop. So you hear auto and you just hear Doc scream out in like extreme pain. So they really need you to start thinning the herd and taking down these guys.
Alright, well, I'm definitely gonna... So I'm gonna hug west wall while I move down.
Okay.
I think I've got what? Let me look at my move.
Your move is 5.
Okay, so I got one more.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm hugging that wall.
If you're hugging the west wall, you wouldn't be able to see him because he's back up against that wall.
Okay.
If I'd been able to get all the walls actually put in, we'd have sight like we did last time, but sorry.
Yeah, of course.
Sometimes the walls are more issue than they're worth, honestly.
That's true.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do Overwatch. Basically, like I'm gonna ready.
Overwatch. Oh yeah, ready action.
Can I ready a shot?
Yeah,
and whenever the
it's
dude comes
called a
around?
hold action in this
Yeah.
system, where you basically designate a specific trigger
Yep.
or
So whenever
a
I can see the guy. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fire.
pinpoint. So when the guy shows his face, you want to pull the trigger. Got it.
Absolutely.
Actually, yeah, Seamus has that trigger as well, and that hasn't triggered. Got it. We're good. All right. So, speaking of your trigger, go ahead and do it.
Sweet.
Assault rifle 17. And I'm going to leave your guys' fate in chat's hand. Chat. For each of these guys' turns, each time, if you can, I want you to pick auto fire or single shot.
It's a nice little wrinkle.
Add some chaos to the fun.
Absolutely. Let's do it. So. I'm
So,
gonna roll
your
I'm
trigger
gonna roll
would
my
hit
single-
first.
My single shot.
Yep.
I'm gonna roll my single shot. Oh, I gotta pick my target first. Hang on.
Yep.
That one right there. Oh, there it is. Target.
Can I drop
I got
a
it.
pole? Yeah, no. I'm trying to see if I can get a pole
Okay.
to go.
I'm gonna roll
So
the
chat
attack.
can vote,
I'm going to complete that.
but it's not letting me do a quick action here to do so.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yee. There you go.
28.
Preem.
And that is definitely gonna hit.
Oh yeah. So
better
that's
hit.
straight up
Because
it.
I mean, it's not that far away. It's only like
Yeah, no.
10 yards.
Your gun actually works better at close range. Theirs works
Yeah.
worse. So pistol
I'm
has a
gonna do-
DV13
Yeah.
at 6 yards.
So I'm gonna roll my damage now.
I mean, you don't have that much.
No, it'll be fine.
Let's see.
He actually has a pistol that does assault rifle damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. My pistol does shotgun damage.
I thought it was 5d6, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. It is
Yeah,
5d6.
it's assault rifle
Sorry.
damage.
Okay.
You're basically a pistol assault rifle. So if you know Fallout, you get the they have the assault rifle pistol, right? In that where it's basically you use the ammo. Can't remember which caliber it was. But
Decent roll.
it was a rifle round that you use in a handgun, and yeah, it's crazy. 20 damage.
Yeah.
It's not
That's like a truck.
bad. And you get to find something out. You do notice he is wearing armor as well.
Mhm.
You guys kind of got a glimpse of it earlier, but now you truly see it. It's old, but it's full-blown basic combat armor and actual assault rifle, like military grade. Not like quality, but basic military gear. They obviously found a proper armament and obviously are showing they know a thing or two how to use it and keep it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that did some damage to him. Awesome. Now, no one in chat seems to want to claim your fate. So I will ask you, high or low?
Hi. I'll take high at least.
You rolled high, means you get to pick your favor. You probably would prefer single shot over auto
I
fire
do.
or not.
I do. Prefer
Okay.
single shot.
Single shot guarantees you get 5d6. Auto fire means they use 10 rounds, but as you
bonus
saw,
damage.
they can, yeah, they get 2d6 times the amount they go over. So you can do 2d6 times 4.
Yeah, that would suck. I'll take the 5d6.
It shall be. I was just explaining to everyone, just in case anyone wondered. So it's a DV 17.
Oh
Oh
boy.
yeah.
And that's a
Oh
miss.
yeah. Does he at least like jam because it's a crit fail?
No, because he doesn't have a poor quality.
Oh, that's fair.
Oh. That is something you would notice being a tech, though.
Yes.
You're like, oh, that should
So-
jam. Oh, wait, no, it didn't. Oh,
Yeah,
so they're
I'm
not
gonna,
garbage.
I'm gonna like yell back to Seamus and be like, okay, these guys don't have poor stuff.
These guys actually have gear.
Yeah. Good gear. Good gear alert.
And this guy's going to pop up.
I'm pretty
See.
sure Doc knows about the good gear by now.
Huh?
I'm sure Doc knows about the good gear by now. It's,
Oh, he's feeling the
bleed-
good gear right
the,
now.
the
I think.
bleeding he's doing, yeah.
So yeah, a 13. He's going to do a single shot because of the range.
Mm-hmm.
And because Seamus isn't here. And that's what Raven says to do.
Where the heck did Doc's token go?
Oh, that's a good question.
Doc's token is on top of the enemy's token for some reason.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Doc, is there a reason you decided to bind yourself with the enemy?
Not yet. I'd never moved. Well, maybe I accidentally moved.
You accidentally did. It's fine. I'm messing with you, man.
Arrow keys.
Yep. And really?
Oh!
Really?
Dang, man.
Okay, why can't
Really?
you roll that on my shot?
Oh.
Back-to-back fails. Ooh.
Right? Crit fails too, not just a miss, like crit fail.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did Seamus have a ready action to fire across?
He sure did.
He did, yeah.
So that means we
That
need
should've
to
gone off
get his
first.
DV of handgun.
That's not gonna be a good.
Because I believe he has a pistol.
It's probably gonna be like 21.
It is actually a 25.
Ooh.
Okay, that's pretty bad.
You can still try if you want.
This is a dead eye. This is a dead eye shot.
It is. There's a chance. So if
Yeah.
you want to take it, you still can.
Yeah, that's the Jim Carrey meme is coming into my head right
I mean,
now.
he moved here to do that, so.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
So, can we, one of us roll?
Or
it?
you could do the, Star Wars quote. Never tell me the odds.
I know, right? I can roll one. There you go. Let me
Well, here.
I got it. No, he's got it.
Nice.
Ooh.
I mean,
It's probably not,
19.
not quite good
Still
enough.
missed.
fine.
Yeah,
But
it's still missed.
not a bad shot. It got close. It made the guy be like,
So-
oh.
Yeah, okay, so if he had rolled a 10, it would have been 20 plus the modifier, right?
he
It-
would have had to have
well,
rolled
it would have-
5, yeah.
Yeah.
He would have had to that would have had to been like an epic roll.
Well, he would have had to roll a 10
Yeah.
and then rolled a 4 or greater.
Mm-hmm.
So it's doable,
Yeah.
but difficult.
Yeah.
Definitely not the range you want to be using these
Oh, absolutely
handguns.
not.
So that's part of it, though, right? Now you guys are learning the ranges and the feel what
Mm-hmm.
the DVs actually look like. Starting to get a feel because next chapter isn't going to be as
Forgiving.
yeah. There's no -2s in the next one. Well, Zid, you are up. You heard another flash,
Yeah.
and you heard a scream from Seamus, but not in pain, just a "Ah!" as he dove out of the way.
Okay. Well, Zid is going to move. He's going to come down the corridor, looking for someone that shot him until he finds them. That is just one move. He is then going to open fire on this guy. Although there is another one up there that he did hear. Nah, I will fire on this guy, I think.
Go for it.
He's right next to you, so kind of makes
Yeah.
sense.
It's a
so
lower
we're gonna-
DV than the other one.
we're
Does it make
gonna
sense to
target-
do? Sorry.
Does it make sense to do what?
No, so I'm thinking like so. Now that I
DV20
know that there's body armor, does it
verse
make
13.
sense to do called shots, like to do an aim shot at the head,
That's up to
if
you.
possible? Yeah.
Keep in mind, you do see they have head armor too. They do have a helmet.
Okay. All right. Well, then no, it doesn't. It doesn't really help.
Now, if you do hit, it can do more damage.
Sure.
So there is advantage to it, but it does cost in a -8 penalty to hit. So, you got a 13. Guess what, Zid? The DV at your current range is 13. So that's a hit.
Yeah. It's not bad. 11.
Mm-hmm.
That's only the
And-
first one, right? Because he gets another
Right,
one.
I've got.
Yeah, he gets
another,
2 shots.
so-
That hits.
And 14.
There we go. So,
Damage.
he only took 1
Oh
damage.
man, these guys have really, really good armor.
However, his armor has taken a good bit of damage now.
Okay, I can move. I will.
Move 1, 2, 4.
Yeah.
So you can
I've
move
got-
2, 3, 4.
I will go here. So that the other guy, because I saw him come out and try and shoot me.
Yeah.
So I'll go here and be in a position to not be seen by that guy. Unless he actually comes all the way up here. So
Yeah.
I think that's pretty good. I've moved, I've shot, and that's me.
All right. Next up is Seamus. Seamus. Your target ducked back behind a wall, and it was a very hard shot to try to make. What does Seamus want to do?
Imagine that he's probably gonna go down to be with Blackstone to fight with the guy down there.
So does he have? Is there a way for him to like take him? Yeah. Okay. Where Matt just marked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He has moved 7.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5. So he could get beyond.
So 7 would be
Blackstone
there.
or behind
If he wants to move down a few more, then he'd be blocked from the other guy. So if he goes where you're saying, he could ready a shot to fire. Or if he wants to run, he could move further down and be blocked by the stairwell. That's up to you guys either
I
way.
think he ready a shot here.
Yeah.
But then again, here's a good shot. But then they can just come in.
He said
You
he
know,
wants
this is
to
better
wreck
than-
someone. But
he wants to wreck someone.
how does he want to wreck them?
By talking to them.
Probably.
Yeah.
Your mother!
I know, right? No, he's. I think that he does want to ready a shot at the guy on the bottom on the right.
Okay.
That's my thought personally.
Okay.
What do you
I
guys think?
think you should be able to move him now. I think I gave you guys permissions to it.
Yeah, that's perfect. But if he fires from there, it's still gonna be like the DB is gonna be.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me. It's probably still too much.
It's a DV
Yeah,
20. So it's not a 25, but it's still a DV 20.
I would say ready the shot and hold the action.
Okay.
And worst case, he misses when the guy steps forward a couple of spaces.
Yeah, sounds reasonable.
All right.
Now,
Terminal.
I am looking forward to Doc turning around and
Yeah,
barehand
Doc.
grabbing this dude and choking him out.
Doc, this guy just kind of really made you not feel so good.
So I would like to grab him. which is Dex Brawl. Okay, so it's a brawling. Where's my
You want to do brawling?
Yes, I am going to grab him.
Go Hulk mode, Doc. Yeah, exactly.
All right. Looking mods
So-
-2.
Hmm?
Is that? It says mods -2.
Yes, because you're
Is that my
wounded.
wound? Well, I'm gonna have to put in. I'm gonna put in 2 points.
So, for those wondering, what he's doing is doing a brawl check. It's how melee combat is dealt with. So it's attacker's dex, relevant melee skill plus d10, which in this case is grapple. Yeah,
Oh, still
Brawling.
13, but
versus dex evasion skill of the opponent.
Unlucky.
that's wow. I crit failed and got a 13. Oh, that's not cool.
21. He gets out of your grip. You still have a move.
Yeah, but there goes my element of surprise.
True. It's up to you if you want to stand there or if you want to duck back into a room.
Yeah, but he might do the same thing and rip me to shreds. But
True.
really, can I move anywhere?
Well, technically, there's supposed to be a door right here. So you could go in there and shut the door.
Do we have anything that does any sort of healing or?
No.
I mean, you have the healing stuff.
Oh, like my healing, but that's I got to do a surgery roll in the middle of combat.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's possible again. I can't remember.
It allows you to stabilize, is all it would do. And if you take more damage, you'd have to stabilize again.
But I can't really stabilize. I have to
but
stabilize my.
Right. You'd have to stabilize first, but you can't heal.
Yeah, I mean, like we don't have.
Until
like,
after.
You don't have any meds. Like,
Yeah,
you
there's
don't have
no-
any meds.
Well, he didn't. He technically could have taken a quick heal med, but didn't. So he may be changing his mind on what he wants to invest in.
I'd like to spend some points now. Yeah, I can't. The condition he's in. If he goes in there, then the guy will either follow him and still can shoot him, or he's going to lose track of. He's going to take the chance.
Okay. That means next person's turn. Speaking of, ow. This guy's going to step here. He's going to then see Seamus, who can fire his paired shot.
Yeah, I'm not rolling for Seamus
Oh well,
because
it's
my
fine.
rolls are.
DV20.
Yep. I'll roll for sure. So much.
You should be able to open his sheet.
I got it.
Okay. I changed the rules on it, so you guys should have access.
That doesn't hit. I don't think it's gonna hit. Right?
20, yeah.
Is it not working, or is it working for you?
Oh, I got it. It was a 15. I rolled 15.
Okay.
Well, he gets 2 shots, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that one did not hit. So let's roll again.
Basically needs to roll a
DV is 20.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop a couple of luck points in here.
At this point, it's probably not
yeah.
a terrible
That
idea.
helps. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
21.
Well done.
He got literally the luck points is what did it.
Mhm.
You could have just spent 1 and still made it, but still, that's how close it was.
Absolutely.
So now you can roll the damage.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
You just critted.
Cream.
Yes, I did.
You just critted.
I just
Double
critted.
cream.
Now, he only took 2 damage from
Hey,
that.
It's two more damage.
Hold on. He only took 2 damage from that. Unfortunately, his armor took damage as well, and I'm trying to remember how much gets abated. I think just 1.
Thought it was 1.
And now on crit, it is a body shot. So we need to roll 2d6 to determine which critical injury he receives.
Sweet.
So go ahead and
Go
roll
ahead.
that.
Do I just type?
You can do
slash?
/red 2d6.
Okay.
4. A 4 is a collapsed lung.
Helpful.
Ow.
He gets -2 to move and has a base death save penalty increased by 1.
Okay.
Okay.
It's gonna hurt.
So that's a thing that happened.
That's awesome. This is kids. This is why it pays
Ouch.
to do hold actions.
Yeah.
Chill. Yeah. Yeah. That guy's not feeling as good at that.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm trying to see if crit does anything else. I just want to verify because I believe you actually inflict more damage as well.
It's just the
That'd be
extra
sweet.
5.
Crit, you get a +5 damage. Yeah.
Okay. I forgot to target him though, so I need to.
Yep, it's all right.
So it's
I manually had to do it.
so it's what six total damage.
No, 8, 7.
Let's
Okay. So
And
let's
I
see. So
believe it
so
still
that
only
guy-
abates the armor by 1.
Sure.
But that would be... He's going to return fire. Just want to see... do we have abate armor? No, it just doesn't. Okay. So I guess it's just 1. Just trying to make sure I don't get anything wrong, because if you guys can chip through their armor more, it's beneficial to you. That's why I was trying to double check if there's anything missing. So,
need some armor piercing rounds or something.
and now you're learning the other handy thing to consider. All right, so he is actually going to then target Seamus back, because that was not very nice in his mind.
Good luck.
And he's going to try to
Does he
make
have-
a DV-15 shot. Actually,
Is it a higher DV because of his collapsed lung?
I'm not sure.
It's only move.
I don't think the DV
Okay.
changes. It would just be his modifier that would change.
Okay.
So it's DV-17. He's going to go auto fire because that made him upset.
Empty that clip.
Exactly.
The collapsed lung only penalizes movement and death saves.
Okay. Sweet. He still
17.
hits.
Just scraping by.
So you said that was a DV-17, right?
I did.
Okay, so he doesn't.
So
get
he only gets
doesn't
the
get bonus of
2d6.
auto-fire.
So he
Yeah.
actually
That's 2 times now that like
Doesn't.
the auto fire has failed.
right.
Yep, and remove 10 bullets.
Absolutely.
Don't forget that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that sucks.
Why?
No, I mean like that's higher than the average.
Still does 0.
Yeah.
It's below 10. So it still does nothing, and it doesn't even abate his armor because it didn't beat the armor.
All right. Cool.
So that's why I was like, what do you mean?
Oh, okay.
It doesn't matter. It's
Well, I mean, you did 2d6, and 2d6 is like...
yeah, no. 10 on 2d6 is good. I'm just saying, like, the actual damage
Oh, yeah, because of the armor.
is what matters, not
Yeah.
how good of a roll it is on 2d6.
Oh. Cool.
And so he's going to move up to back to here. Get back out of line of sight of that guy. Yeah, that goes through the wall, so you can't see there. He wasn't very happy about that.
Yeah, but I know who Seamus is going after next, at least.
Mm-hmm. Probably the guy who shot him. Doc. Should we do another auto fire or should we do a single shot?
Oh, man. Do low high.
How about he pees his pants and stays where he is? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Man,
so-
I mean, if it's
he
got
Yeah,
10
let me-
bullets,
I will say, he
it
does.
works, so.
I will say, it's a DV22 for auto fire. However, there's a propensity to have greater damage, right? However, the DV on the single shot is 17, so he's more likely to make it.
What do you think, Doc?
But, he won't
But then
be
he's
doing that
guaranteed
much damage.
5d6
Oh,
on a single shot.
5d6 will be enough to probably.
So choose auto fire, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm leaving your fates in your hands on that one.
Maybe he's still a bit scared, and he's just. He's still standing? How is he still
Yeah.
standing? Hit him again.
No, it makes sense. That's why I'm asking. I could very easily see
Yeah,
him.
go ahead.
Nice.
So there goes 10 more rounds as he sprays and bap, 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 and somehow misses you
Doc's just
because the DV is I think what did I say, 20? Back on shoulder. Give me a second.
You said 20 or 22.
22. So he missed by 3. So somehow Doc just like knocks the gun aside as he's firing, gets a lucky break, and has bullets flinging all over. Keep in mind, if you had said the other one,
You'd be
that
hoping.
would have hit.
that's why I left it in your hands.
Good choice.
That's why I'm taking the chances. That's why I'm standing in front of him.
Blackstone. Well, you also know they're using rifles, not shotguns or handguns, so.
And he got lucky that last shot. This one, not so much.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to confront my attacker.
Well, seeing as you have a close range weapon,
Absolutely. I will take care of this guy. Let's try and put this guy down.
see, that's the thing. They have really nice weapons, but they don't work close range. So if you close in on them, they don't work quite as well. You have a
Because my weapon
DV13.
works very well at range. Well, not
Yes,
close range.
you have a pistol. Its premier is close range. That's the lowest DV is close range.
Here we go.
So it's a 13 up to 6 yards. Once you get beyond 6 yards, that's where you start making it more difficult. And it's the same thing with a shotgun.
Oh, I actually unarmed. Was what I was doing considered unarmed? Brawling?
Brawling, yes.
I have a rate of fire of 2.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah,
should
I
have
keep
done
forgetting
2
because
of
my energy caster wasn't.
I can't remember all your things, dude.
I can't. I don't play this enough.
Rate
to
of
remember.
fire 2. Yep.
Don't
So
play this enough.
you should have had another attack. We'll say you just were too injured to do so, and you can do so next.
There you go. All right, so here we
What'd you
go.
get, Blackstone? Target him and fire.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me- I think I'm not on target. There, I'm targeting him.
Mhm. That's a hit.
Absolutely.
And you get to roll 5d6 as well. Since you stole the fancy pistol off my boss
Absolutely.
from before.
That not as great. Still does damage though.
You know, you should have gotten 2 6s on that.
I should have.
Keep in mind, as long as you go over 11, you are still abating the armor. As you see now, he took 3 this time because you've gotten his armor down. And now it's down again. So it is worthwhile, even if you can't get a ton, to at least start nicking that armor down and destroying it. So armor abasion skills are very profitable for you. And I think you all have learned that at this point. Seeing this more difficult combat for certain.
And I'm going to tuck back a bit.
Keep in mind, he's still going to attack you, whether you move or not. And if you don't get outside of 6 meters from him, then he either has to back up or hit you with a 17 or 20.
So here's what I'm going to do. Actually, I'm going to... Let's see. I'm gonna hold here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna like basically just I don't know how to put it. I'm gonna hold here and like gauge what he does.
You're just done with your turn, in other words.
Yeah, there you go. I'm sorry.
Yep. It's all good.
I have to step away for a second. I'll be back in a minute.
So he is definitely going to fire at you. 6 meters, he would go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. That's still going to be the same DV. But it makes sense he wants to get away from that. So he's going to run back to there, see Seamus, and be like, oh crap, and jump back under cover while firing 1 shot at you. That's still going to be a DV 17. He's not going to go auto fire because he was on the wrong mode running back and forth. 18. Solid hit. 5 damage and abasion of 1 to your armor. But that's his turn. And now it's the other guy's turn, who wasn't too happy with Zid shooting him in the face. Unfortunately, he wouldn't mind helping his friend take out the bleeding guy up top, but he can't see him. And since he can't see anyone else, he's going to move up and fire at our good friend Zid here.
Sure.
Now, chat, auto fire or single shot?
Come on, chat. You know what to do.
Now, one can be a lot worse than the other, but is a little more difficult to hit. 17 or 22.
There
Auto
it is.
fire.
Nice.
Auto fire it is.
He got it.
And a 23. He did indeed. He beat it by... Is it... He beats it and then beats it by 1, so that counts as 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure I was evaluating correctly. That's why I thought I'd ask. So technically, that's actually less damage than you would otherwise have gotten. Because it's...
And he's used 10 bullets for it.
Correct. It's 2d6 times 2 instead of 5d6. Still, that's a solid hit. But that took 10 bullets.
8 damage.
That was on Blackstone. Whoops. It didn't retarget when I told it to. Can I retarget? No.
Well, he shows the target at the Blackstone.
Yes, it does. That's what I'm saying. It shouldn't have. It was a mistake on my part.
Oh, it's not supposed to be black.
It didn't retarget when I told it to. That's what I was saying.
Should just be able to edit my token, or I
Yeah.
can just take the 18.
Yeah. And so it's actually not 18. That's what I was trying to verify. It's minus 11, so that would be 7.
Yeah.
So you'd be at 33.
Yeah. And my armor
Goes
I
down
don't
by
know how to
1.
affect the armor.
Yep. So your armor got abated by 1, and then you're at 33 health. So, not bad, but
Yeah.
not exactly stellar. Not the 40 that happened earlier. I'm sure you're heartbroken that you didn't get the 40 damage. You're jealous.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
And did it get deleted or something?
apparently? I'm not sure how that happened.
Okay, so if it's a new token, it will be...
Okay, it got the correct one back. So I need to toggle his combat state. I don't know if there's a way I can manually put him in the combat order. Whatever. The two of them switch places. That's not a big deal. So, all right, he's back.
and
He's
he's
back.
taken
I don't
one
know
damage,
how it
one
happened.
damage to his armor.
Yep. You have a DV13 from where you're at, so if you want to just do 2 shots from right there, not a bad option.
He doesn't duck back? Okay.
No, because he's realizing that it's not going to do any good. You'd have to run all the way down the hall just to get outside of that range of 6. And then you would just move into that area anyway. Oh! That's a hit.
Almost a double 10.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Stellar.
one more number would have been a crit on the damage.
Yeah.
Alright,
But see, the thing is, since you have a multi-rate of fire weapon, you just abated a bunch of armor.
and that's another hit.
Yep. And you know what? Originally, that would have done no damage, right? Because of his armor. Now, look at that.
Oh yeah. Now we're starting to get through it.
See, you are literally have punched through his armor. He's down. Armor elevation, I think, is at 5 now. Oh, he has no armor left.
Nice.
Wow.
Shredded it.
Yeah, you've shredded his armor, dude. That's awesome. So you see holes in his armor. You just ripped his armor to bits. He's unarmored.
You ain't lasting long, man.
We need to
Best
get back
run
down
home
to Zed.
your mama.
Very nice. I'm gonna find your mama and make her my woman. Better watch out, punk. Seamus.
Beat up by a net runner in meat space.
Right. Right. Does Seamus want to help Blackstone take that guy out, or does Seamus want to ready a
Absolutely.
shot for the other?
I think we're gonna team up and take the bottom guy out.
Now, I got a question here. If he goes here, he has cover and still a line of sight for the first guy, correct?
Yes. If you go
then-
here, he could still hit the guy here that Blackstone's on.
And technically,
And then the other guy, he'd have cover until... The guy would have to go here to hit him.
does he? But does he? He still has movement left. He can still split his movement.
He could. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He moves there, tries to take out the one. But
Let's
he
see, it's
stays hidden.
1, 2, 3, 4, and he could move 3. So if he wants to move here, he'd need to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to get over there.
And then if he doesn't. If he finishes him off in the first shot, can he move and shoot the second shot?
He's not going to finish him off with the first shot. He's not been wounded enough.
Then I think that's the best to stay hidden.
Yeah.
Yeah. So either
Two
where
shots,
he is
yeah.
or down one actually would even be probably better.
Yeah. I would
Yeah,
say
that's what I was
down-
gonna say,
all the way
down
to
one.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's a good shot. So if you want to target him and go ahead and pull the shots for Seamus.
Yeah, I got it.
They're trying to keep you alive, Seamus.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Now, these guys aren't the basic street mooks like the other guys you fought. These are definitely a lot more skilled, you guys have noticed. Like, they're actually practiced and a bit more.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
I think that's a hit.
That's
I'd say so.
I bet it's not a crit. That would have been nice.
Oh man,
Solid.
Seamus is kicking.
only one
Yeah,
got
well,
through, but
second
still,
attack now.
his armor has been abated enough that it's happening.
Attack number 2.
That's a hit.
Damage number 2.
There you go. You are definitely punching through. So, you guys have chewed through most of his armor and have taken a good bit of his health, so that was a good choice. Because now, Blackstone
really hurt.
goes, his shot is going to basically fully go through, almost. Because the guy's armor is almost all gone.
Yeah, Seamus basically set me up for the kill shot.
Yeah. Or at least a good chance to nearly take the guy out.
Yeah.
Terminal. Dock. If you're able to. Type or gesture, see what you. That is priority.
Mm-hmm.
Well, probably not gonna miss, but do it right. We're gonna. He might roll terrible as well. Nope. There you go. That's what we.
Yeah. Very nice. Good lord, man.
You grappling or were you punching him? All right.
Sorry, what was that?
No,
I
don't
missed
worry.
it.
Oh. Yeah.
So yeah, that was a grab because I have to grab him for. Oh,
No.
I'm actually going to.
You don't have to grab, but if you choose.
Well, that's. See, I was doing a grab action.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the chance. Oh, no, I'm gonna grab him because then his weapon, he can't use it because it's a two-handed weapon.
I mean, it's an AR. I assume ARs are two-handed.
Yeah, because I figure he has an auto fire. Has to.
See,
Yeah,
Mm.
it
You have a
says
certain level. You have a certain level of strength, right?
while grappled, the defender cannot use. No character in the grapple can make use of a weapon that requires the use of two hands, even if they have more than two arms. So I needed so I grabbed him with one hand, but I can't use a two-handed weapon. So I might end up dropping it, but not yet. The energy
Check it out.
caster,
Yeah.
but he can't use his weapon, so I don't have to remove it from him. And now I'm going to move.
Carry him with you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Gonna meat shield him.
1, 2, 3.
does it slow your movements to drag the guy
4.
with you? I'm trying to. Your moves with the attacker.
It doesn't say anything about
Doesn't say anything
slow
about being
movement.
slow,
I know I
no.
have a -2 to all other actions while the two of us are in a grapple. For
Okay.
both of us. So basically,
Ooh, wait, you're gonna
We
go
are
down towards the other guy?
yeah.
Okay.
but I have a meat shield. Basically, we are both in a grapple. His movement is 0. He gets dragged along with me. So, and he can't use a two-handed weapon. He could try to punch me, I guess, if he wants to. Or,
have to try to break the grapple.
Yep. Elbow in the back, yeah.
All right, and hopefully, I was hoping to get the second one because I would have choked him, but oh well. Yeah, I'm walking
Still
down.
good.
Hey, it's better than nothing.
Go ahead and look exactly what the details.
Look really quick.
Ask that because I'm getting their turn.
Mm-hmm.
There, just see him. Yeah, no way he's gonna see Blackstone.
Yeah, there's only
It's
one
through
person
the
that's gonna
wall.
see me.
Well, I'm just verifying.
Mhm.
I don't want to assume he might be able to. There, he'd be able to see Seamus and hit him.
Is that partial cover? Because he was probably pressed against the stairs, is it?
There you go. He has extra. So
Okay, fine.
Okay, so for heat shield. Let's see. While grappled, the defender cannot use their move action and is dragged with the attack where the attacker takes their move action.
Yep.
No character in the grapple can make use of a weapon that requires 2 hands, like you said. Even if, all right, the attacker can end. Let's see. The attacker can end the grapple at any time without using an action, but the defender or any other character must use the action to roll a successful grab against the attacker to break the grapple, which ends the grapple for everyone involved. Let's see. Sorry, you can keep going.
EV20. Don't think that's going to be a 22, but
No.
I found the human shield stuff if you're ready.
yeah.
If you're already the attacker in a grapple, you can use the action to equip, quote unquote, the defender's human shield. If you're not already wielding a shield, using the same hand you're using to grapple them. While you wield a human shield, you're considered in cover. Human shields are more unwieldy than typical shields because of their squirming. Human shields cannot be used to block melee attacks or ranged attacks specifically targeted at your head using an aimed shot.
Right.
When attacked by a target, you can see with a wait a minute. When attacked by a target that you can see with a ranged attack not targeted at your head, you can interpose the human shield between yourself and the ranged attack. You can still attack your own human shield while you have them equipped. It's practically a tradition. Your human shield cannot dodge ranged attacks while you have them equipped, even if they have a ref 8 or higher. When your human shield is shot, they take damage as if they had been shot normally. A human shield who dies while you have them equipped automatically becomes a shield with HP equal to their body. Unequipping a live human shield is as simple as ending your grapple with them, which does not cost an action. But dropping a corpse shield does cost an action, just like any other.
Yeah, so he's not equipped yet. I will have to use an action to do that. Which, a move action will work, or it has to be a full...
I think it's just any action.
And then for them to get out, they have to.
Yeah. Well, they have to use they have to roll out.
Right.
So, hold on. So what... Because I know we had... So instead of attacking, I have to equip him and do nothing that round? Oh.
You can still attack your own human shield while you have them equipped. Let's see.
But he has to spend an action. Count him as equipped, or just
Yeah,
grappling
here it is.
counts?
It says, if you are already the attacker in a grapple, which you are, then you can use an action to equip the defender as a human shield. I would think that was already taken place because you're already dragging him with you. So
I
maybe
think dragging is different to.
Yeah, I'm dragging him along, so I have to use. Now that I've gotten to this point, he can still
Manhandled
shoot
him
me.
now. He can still shoot you, but
Yeah.
So I'm
next
wondering,
turn after
like,
you use an action, you basically unwrap your arm, grapple
So
as a shield.
So I have a rate of fire of 2. I can't use like choke him, equip him, and then choke him. I'd have it's a full. Basically, it's a full action. I can still move closer, but
I don't think you could have moved until you equipped him. Like last time.
Well, it does say you can move someone that you have grappled without being human shield. So like you grab their arm and have it bent, right? So you have them grappled.
Okay.
They're just not grappled around their neck, holding them as a human shield that you'd have to get through. At least that's
Okay,
how
so
it sounds to
technically-
me.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like, so right now, like if you wanted to, yeah, you couldn't move. You would take the action to equip him, quote unquote, and you just
So-
wouldn't move.
so I couldn't move with him.
Well, you could.
You can, but you have to equip him first, quote unquote.
But you'll
Oh,
have to.
so I couldn't have moved this down here.
Well, no. You can move. You can't use them as a body shield until you.
No, yeah, I got that. So,
That's the
but I
action.
can't use a move action. I have to use the regular action.
Right.
Yeah.
So basically, I skip a turn. while
And then
I'm
you
there.
will
Well, I
be
mean,
hit,
you
correct.
still get to like choke him out.
Do I?
'Cause that's
an action.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's like the second action.
Oh, so so I still get the rate of fire of 2. Is that, or is it like?
Well, it's how we're defining actions. Is there 2 actions in every turn, or is it?
There's technically
is
you get a move
a
action and you
specific
get
thing?
an action. Just his brawl action. It's a rate of fire too, like the heavy pistol.
Yeah.
The heavy pistol gets a 2 shot, right? Because it's rate of fire 2. He's saying his unarmed. Does that give him still 2 things he can do?
I think
And-
if he was attacking with it, it's rate of fire 2. If he's doing anything else, I don't think it's rate of fire 2. Those
Right.
actions
So
aren't.
I think the
attacks.
equipping is your action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
The
then
equipping
if
is-
you want
is
to
the quote-unquote
choke
move action.
or do an unarmed attack, then you get 2 of those.
Yeah.
You get 1 move action plus 1 other action, and equip. Like equipping is an action, so basically I can equip and maybe move up closer to the guy
Correct.
if I wanted to. So, but I couldn't do anything else. So
Yeah,
I
I don't
dragged the guy anyway to get closer because they're worse at
Right.
close range. So I did the best thing I could do.
Yeah, no, you did good.
Yeah.
You did good. So
Yeah, we're
go
just-
ahead
we're
and
just
roll
trying to get the
your
moves down.
brawl to see if he breaks out or not, because he's going to try to get out of your hand.
Oh, okay, I could do that quickly. And I gotta step away.
Yep.
Oh no. He broke out.
Yep, you broke out.
This is
Can't
just-
really move
that's
anywhere, so he's kind of
You
just
got
stuck
you.
there. So that wasted
Yeah.
his turn. Yeah, I get it,
Yeah.
man. You can.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll take care of you.
I don't blame him. I get it. I can
Yeah,
hear him.
absolutely.
You and I've been there, Azrael. We know.
Absolutely.
All right, you're up, Blackstone.
All right, I'm gonna finish this dude off. I'm gonna finish this guy off.
This has been a much more intense fight, hasn't it?
Yeah, I like these. These are great. The other ones were just too easy.
Well, this one was meant to be a lot
Yeah.
more of a doozy, right?
Absolutely.
Like these guys are supposed to be more like your equivalents, close to.
Still hits.
Well, luckily you're close range with a close range weapon, right?
Absolutely.
Oof,
That could have been better.
that could have been a lot better. Whew. 2 2s and 2 1s.
Yeah, that could have been better.
Remember what we were saying about him?
He still took 10 damage.
Yeah. Well, because he only had 1 armor.
Absolutely.
He still up.
Yeah, he's still up. He's only got a few points.
You could have potentially taken him out.
Mhm. Yeah.
But of course, you would have had to roll better than Shy of Men.
Okay. I'm just gonna stay where I am.
So he's up.
But now I'm worried about actually, like while I'm doing that, or like after I do it, I'm gonna give him the like the taunt, so that he doesn't, so he forgets about Seamus behind him, and doesn't try to like he and his buddy try to gang up on Seamus. We're gonna give him the taunt.
Aw, really? So he
Not good
sprays and missed it by 1. That hurt.
Lucky tonight.
It kind of felt realistic that he would have then been like, bap, 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 that they're kind of starting to take losses and hits, and they're starting to want to, you know, press a little bit harder.
Yeah.
And auto fire tends to be pushing a little bit harder than not.
Missed again. Somebody.
No, that guy hit
Yeah, okay.
because he didn't have the negative modifier.
Okay. Which one was
The
it?
other guy took enough wounds that he has a greater negative modifier.
Alright, so he came after Sid, right?
Seamus. Or not
No, the
Seamus.
one-
Yeah, Zid.
Yeah,
Zid.
yeah.
Zid. Really?
Ooh.
That was miscalculated. So I'm going to fix it, but the auto fire should have been
3 times
3. So that means you got 9. Which your armor is at a 10, so nothing.
Nothing, yeah.
I mean, it's a solid hit. He feels it. It's just.
Oh yeah, no. Zid probably is like staggered back. He's like, yeah. I like armor. Armor's nice.
Armor
This,
is
this,
really nice.
that reminds me of the scene in Blade, like the original Blade, where the cops come in and like Wesley Snipes turns around and like they load some, they shoot like 3 or 4 shots into his chest, like he's got the armor on and he's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah. Yeah. So, that guy's disappointed right now because he hit, and it doesn't look like Zid has a problem. So apparently this net runner is just like the ultra hoss of the party or something.
Does he also like take a like a mental hit, like maybe his confidence is down a little?
He's definitely mentally confused about how he can just unload,
10 rounds and
you know,
3 times,
auto fire
basically
into,
do
you know, do a
nothing.
burst shot into this guy, and him just be
Yeah.
like staggered back a little bit and be like looking at him like, what? That was a hit? But I shot you a lot with a good hit at this range.
Yeah.
So this will actually show you where if you do get auto fire skill and you have the SMG for close range, it'd be like your pistol with this auto fire, where you can see how well it can actually, you know, if you roll well, it can really rake up damage.
Cool.
Alright, so it's my turn, right?
Yep.
Alright, so Zid just
Double tap.
yeah. He looks at this guy and he goes, "You want my mama, man? My mama is so fat she'd crush your bones to make her bread."
Well, your mom. Wait.
Exactly. Alright, we're gonna take a shot. Yeah, this on my own mama, man.
You got a response from Lady Vengeance on that one.
That should still hit, though, right? Oh, maybe not.
Out of 12 now, 13.
Okay.
It's off by 1. If he had spent 1 point of luck, that would have hit.
Oh, fuck. That's
All right,
really
we're
terrible.
rolling bad. It's okay. So after this this thing, Zid like cocks his head and is like, "Was that right, man?" Loads. Now, when it gets to next round, I just want to know this in advance. As far as reloading, what happens with that? Like, how is that?
It's an action
do I
to
just press
reload.
the reload button?
Yeah, it's an
okay.
action to reload,
Yeah,
and you
so-
just click it.
So I know. So Zid knows that he's out of clip. So when he's gonna advance. So he actually he can't because I've done that. It's alright. We're good.
Okay.
I'm done.
You're not going ting 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 at him yet, so he doesn't necessarily know you're empty.
Right.
Seamus, you have 2 targets. Which one you going for?
Oh, who's the lower?
The one who's taken more damage.
I can't see it. It's fine.
Well,
so-
my point is, you know which one has, based on the fact you've decimated his armor and he's been shot the most times.
So I'm actually gonna take the one that's at the very bottom.
That's the one that's taken the most damage.
Yeah, let's get rid of him.
That makes sense.
If I roll properly.
You have the potential to, if you roll well, take him out in one shot. But
Okay,
probability
that'd be good,
with
'cause I have 3 shots left.
with the probability with statistics, you're probably going to need to take 2 shots.
Okay.
How did
So-
you? That means you didn't fire twice one round, and you should have.
Okay. Alright.
It's fine. It's just
So if I take him out with the first shot.
then you can turn and shoot the other guy.
Okay.
So
All right.
roll your attack.
Let's see that.
13 or better
I
in both.
think I've got the guy targeted, right?
I can't see,
Uh,
but if he has a little green arrow or green or little marks around his token, yes.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah,
Okay. That's a
Hey
hit.
boy,
Roll them damage.
roll that damage. Roll that
He has no armor left, so
Yeah.
if you roll well, you can take him out.
Yeah.
Decent. What?
He's only got a few points left, right?
Not quite down. Yeah, he's
Okay.
very close.
This is fine. Missed.
Ouch.
Yeah,
That's where a point of luck would have been handy.
yeah, that sucks. Okay.
But it may be worth spending a point of luck, going forward.
Yeah.
Because that would have had you and Zid, Seamus and Zid there. If you'd spent 1 point on them, they would have hit.
Yeah.
But is what it is.
Yeah, it's fine. We learn.
Doc is up.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Unless Seamus wants to move, Doc is up.
I think Seamus is going to stay where he is.
Unless he moves to the other side, but that really doesn't help because the other guy just has to move over.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's not going to help at all.
Okay.
Well, wait a minute. Is there a way for Seamus to squeak by the other guy?
No,
Okay, that's fine. No worries.
I
Go
don't
ahead.
think they have any rules for sliding past your opponents.
I just didn't know if it was going to make the shot that guy eventually takes on Seamus harder.
All right.
All right. I'm going to equip.
Well, he broke your grapple.
Yeah, so you got to grapple again.
Sorry. I'm going to grapple him again.
You gonna punch him in the face and then grapple him, or grapple him and then punch him in the face?
Okay, that's good. 20.
All right.
And my rolls have been horrible.
It's
For me and against me.
evasion, right?
I think, yeah.
No. Grab is brawling versus brawling.
Oh, brawling versus brawl. Yeah.
Evasion is if you're trying to just punch him.
Yeah, I'm grabbing him. I need him to stop shooting me.
Yes, I'm just trying to make sure I roll the right check.
Right. Oh, good. All right. So, first things first
So-
is I...
Now you can... Does grapple take a full action, or is it
No, that's
one?
I think
It's one attack.
Just the one.
Yeah. Now I can equip.
No, I can't equip. Equip is a full action. I have...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
you
I'm
have
going
him
to
like
choke
grabbed
him.
by the arm, and so now you can just punch him or choke him.
Yeah, I'm going to choke him.
Choking
here we go.
deals body stat directly to defender's HP.
Yes, it is. Directly. I don't have to roll.
Yeah.
Okay, then
What's your body stat?
7 points of damage.
Body 7. So yep, 7 points of damage. Armor doesn't matter.
Yeah. So if anybody's armor is going to get picked up, it's going to be the guy that. He's
And
got.
I also need to mark that choke has been going for 1 round.
I think 3 rounds he goes unconscious.
Yeah, he goes regardless of what I've done. And I'm actually...
Every round, if you choke, if he's choked for 3 rounds in a row,
He's done.
choking same target for 3 turns renders them instantly unconscious. So if you do that for 3 turns, he's out.
Well,
Why do-
the
why
question
do
is,
I-
can he take another 14 points of damage?
Did you move up?
Yeah, that was my action. I'm going to
Okay.
move right up against...
You couldn't move up to the other guy because he's in front of you. You'd have to move behind him.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Unless you're going to like pirouette around in a hall that's really cramped.
No, I didn't know-
Exactly cross. Full
Okay,
circle.
so he's in front of me, but he's not my human shield yet.
Yeah, he's not a shield yet, but
He will be.
it may actually be better to choke with him than shield with him.
I would agree.
Because
with
it is a
That's true.
DV 17 to 22
Oh, if I
to
choke
shoot
him
you.
twice next
If
round.
if you well no, it has to be 3 turns. So you choke him next turn, and then choke him the following turn, and he's out.
that. He's out. Yep.
The problem is if you don't, it resets the choke counter.
Right. Actually, I have how do I get... Can I get past him?
No.
I actually want him on either side. No?
I mean, if you spent the halls are too cramped.
Because I want to be able to reach the other guy.
Well,
Choke, grab.
No. Just no.
I don't know that they have rules allowing you to grapple 2 targets or not. We'll have to look at that.
Technically, it says you need a free hand to initiate a grab.
Okay. Well,
I'm just following what it says.
no, you're good.
Okay,
I said I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like
a lot
if you
of
choke.
a lot
you
of
choke,
game
you don't
systems
have
would
to
say no. This one's a lot more flexible with stuff like that. So I
Yeah.
can see it allowing it.
It
Even-
doesn't say otherwise, but that's fine.
What's your
I
move
can-
stat? You started back
Oh,
here, right?
5. Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3,
Three.
4, 5. Okay, you could do it if you kick the door open.
Oh,
And
I
then
see what
move.
you mean.
I could
Oh,
see you do that.
Okay.
You guys make sense what I did?
Yeah, that's
you know
fine. I'm
what?
just trying to think of so he doesn't have a free hand if he's choking him.
How could I?
Well, he's thinking that he's doing basically a headlock, choking him with one arm.
Okay.
I think is what Raven
Yeah.
was thinking.
All right.
I'm actually gonna push him. Not yet. I'm gonna stay there then.
Okay.
Oh wait, it doesn't really matter. Because
It actually-
my shield.
Does somewhat, but
Oh, I have some cover. Do I have?
not necessarily, but possibly. The other thing is more that it's a range-based thing,
So I want to get
and
closer.
the other guy could technically melee you if you switched with him. Whereas if you have him in that order, he can't melee you. He has to only rely on shooting. So
That's True. He also has another target right over here. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know what? For now, I'm going to leave it like this because I have enough movement to get right up close to him. So I'll stay like this for now.
Okay. Their turn. First off, that guy's gonna take a shot at Seamus.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't have 10 rounds, so he's gonna have to do just a standard shot. It's DV-17 at that range. He's hoping he won't botch it like last time.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hit. Solid hit, too.
Mm-hmm.
Seamus takes 5 damage.
Ouch. Sorry, man.
Oh, no, I didn't mean to click dead. I meant to ping, because I'm just making sure it's the right person. Silly game. Alright, so this guy is being choked. So his only course of action is going to be bust the brawl.
Yep.
So he's going to roll a brawl to break out. And so you need to roll a brawl to prevent that.
Nope. Whoa. He has... Oh, he does...
Ooh, he didn't bust
body
out,
stat.
though.
Yeah, but his body
Oh.
stat's really good too.
Because I got the -2.
Yeah,
That's why he's close to me.
yeah.
It's nullifying my
You're
bonus.
wounded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have the same brawl skill,
Yeah.
essentially.
When you're wounded, same. Makes it tough.
But he didn't break out, so
No.
now it's
So
down to-
that's his turn lost, man.
all this time I thought I was a lot better than him. I'm only a +2 normally, which is not a lot.
Blackstone.
Yeah. That's an 8. Alright, so I'm gonna finally try to take this guy out.
Oh, I can't wait for next chapter 2. I'm looking forward to it. I'm still enjoying this chapter, but I'm also looking forward to you guys getting to have more fun and more toys and more crazy.
Yeah, our stuff back.
Well, you know that too.
Yeah. Alright. Let's roll. You know what? Screw it. Let's do 2 luck points. Probably don't need them, but I'll do them anyway. Use them or lose them. Ooh.
You know, it's good you spent a luck point.
Mm-hmm.
You needed at least to... yeah, so that hits.
He's done.
No, he's kicking great. It doesn't auto show? Interesting.
Oh, he just took 18 damage.
He didn't need that much.
I know he didn't. He only needed like 2 or
I
3.
was just saying, I thought it would auto show that he's, you know,
Kicking up rocks.
felt better than he is right now.
Alright, so I am now going to move past him. Oh,
Oh,
not that. We don't
Not
move
Seamus. Yeah.
there.
Seamus has his phasing ability there.
What? No.
For some reason, it's not selecting him. All right, where do you want to go?
Just outside, like, so 4 squares over.
So on top of the dead guy.
One more. I want to show for the dude that. Oh, if I can show from there, then that's fine. Yeah,
Yeah, you'd have to step out to be able to
Yeah.
shoot.
that's fine. I mean, I can't shoot. This is just me saying, "Hey, dude. Hey." you
Yeah.
wanna
Right now,
look
you're
at
just
me?"
like, I killed your buddy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
That's
the
me
dead
being
guy's
out.
turn. He's gonna look up at the backside of the guy who killed him and be like,
And then I'm gonna
step on his face.
I was gonna say spit on him.
That works
Spitting on
too.
people seems to be my thing.
Gonna hack a nice loogie right on him.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this guy is going to take another pot shot at Zed.
Ooh.
I don't think that's a 17, friend. I think you need a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
How many times is a +1 did? Is all we needed,
And he's just gonna go booking.
or they needed.
Oh yeah, we should.
He wants to get that range back so he can do better shot. So
Run, little man.
they're pulling back to get better shots.
Well, they I mean, everybody just heard their dude go down.
Yeah, that too.
So, dude that's standing like in front of Seamus should start to reconsider his actions.
Zed, you are up.
Step by step.
You're not getting away from me.
Just like passes with him. Alright.
That is funny.
He just shadows him as he moves away. I'm gonna skin this like as the guy's moving, it just moves along with him.
Yeah, you're not getting away from me. He like fires at you and misses, and then like turns and starts running, and like you see the movies where like the bad guy like starts running and the hero just like runs right after him.
Actually, I probably shouldn't do that. I probably should reload first.
Well, no, that's a move. You can reload as your action while you move.
Yeah.
Just like you could shoot.
You only get one shot though, right? Instead of
Yeah.
two.
Well, no, it's you just get to reload. Reload is an action.
Yeah, but I can't shoot him.
No, but you can still chase him down, which means he doesn't have the range on you if you get somewhere else.
Good point.
So I reload.
So keep in mind, if you keep within 6, then he has to get a DV of 17.
So
If you get 7, like right now, if he was to shoot Raven, that's easier for him. He likes being at range. That's why they tried to stay back shooting at you guys, but you guys keep crouching right up in their face. So you had the advantage with your weapon.
With every step that this guy takes, he hears Zid a step behind him, and he hears Zid placing another bullet in.
I'm coming.
And then the spin, right at the end.
There you go.
Clunk. Alright, that is my turn.
That is great. I love it. Well done, Zed. Seamus. I take it you're going to turn and fire?
Yeah, we're gonna turn the fire. Yeah, absolutely. Target. So I only have one shot, so I'm gonna shoot, then reload. But
Well, you'd have to wait till next turn to
yeah,
reload because
that's what I mean.
yeah.
Sorry.
It's
I
all
need
good.
to. I need to do something. So I'm gonna drop a couple of luck points in.
That's a hit.
Glad I did.
Roll
Really
that
hoping
damage.
for a couple of 6s. So now that you got 'em.
That's not a couple 6s. And that's no damage because he's not had his armor abated to that point.
Damn. Okay. That's my turn. Well, wait. Seamus can get behind Blackstone, right? Because Blackstone doesn't need to
Yeah.
reload. Seamus needs to reload. So that should be, yeah, that's good. So now, Doc's up.
Is there a doorway there? Maybe it's better if he goes in the door.
It's fine. He's behind me.
He can still get shot.
Well, the guy would have
Not very
to.
well. He'd have to move.
Yeah, the guy would have to walk down to the edge, the bottom here.
Yeah.
I can get it to ping. Yeah, there. To be able to shoot at Seamus.
Yeah.
Which he's probably not going to do that. He's probably going to focus on Blackstone since Blackstone's there.
I mean, I'm like, so I want to effectively act as a taunt.
But I mean, realistically, if you see someone move back, you know they might be reloading, but you don't want to necessarily not shoot at the person who's about to shoot you. right?
Absolutely.
So, Doc,
Alright,
you're up. Does Doc want to choke, or does Doc want to...
Oh, he didn't break out.
No. He rolled under you, remember? He was
Right.
off by 1.
Okay. I'm gonna choke, and that's the third choke, right?
No, it's second.
Second. Here's the thing. I've been looking at this. Choke, equip shield, or
7.
equip, grab, or throw are all actions. So I can't do 2 of them, even though my unarmed rate of fire is 2.
Okay.
So, but that said, since I am holding him, I will do the second choke and drag him forward 5.
Well, technically, if you don't want to get hit, you can drag him into the room here, and then you're out of firing range. Unless someone's in the room or someone shoots through the window if the window happens to be, uncovered.
Where was I? Was I here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in the hallway.
You were here.
I think moving into the room is probably a good idea.
I mean, you can move into the hall between the rooms if you want as well.
Yeah.
But if you move here
I'm too far away
and
to
someone
move
moves
into
here, then they could shoot across the hall, sort of thing, right? I'm not saying
But
they're going
he
to.
has enough
but...
targets on him that he's probably not. I'm gonna go into the hallway.
Okay.
What's this here?
That's a wall.
Okay, I smashed the wall now.
No, like it's a natural cave wall.
Where's the door to this room?
The door to that one's back up, further north. The door to that room is up here. I'll move the bad guy there so you can see.
Oh, okay.
So if you want the wall immediate, like the door that's closest to you, it's the
So
one that's above.
this is the
it's
closest
one above.
door.
Yeah, that's it.
That one would be all the way back up there to try to get to. And
Alright.
you start right here.
Does Zid look well off?
I'm
Zid-
fine.
Zid doesn't look very bad hurt. Like, he's taken a little bit. Like, he's taken 7 points of damage. And his armor is taken a little bit, but not much.
Is Doc bleeding?
Drunkhead, welcome.
I think so.
And good morning. Yeah, Doc is really not looking so good.
You know what? A hallway's fine.
Okay. So you're just moving south into the hallway? Like that?
Yeah, because he's not going to move up and shoot me because that nullifies his range, and he doesn't want to get too close to me, most likely. Yeah, that's as far as I can get anyway, so that's good.
Okay.
I'll do that. And I'm going to hug the bottom wall.
Perfect. So that gives you 2 turns you've choked him. You do that one more turn, he's out.
Yeah. So even if he breaks out, I guess because
Well, if he breaks out, if he breaks out
this.
this turn, it resets.
Yeah, it has to because
But
it's a separate action.
you can burn some luck to try to help guarantee he doesn't. There's no guarantee, of course, because dice rolls, we know how that goes. But
The way I've been rolling, sometimes it works.
I
Sometimes it
mean,
doesn't.
they've gotten a number of crit fails this time, so we'll see.
Yeah.
What's up, Az?
Yep.
Okay, it looked like you wanted to say something.
I was going to say two luck. 2 luck to at least get rid of like your roll modifier.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I would prefer the choke out because the armor doesn't have like the armor of that guy isn't taking damage, and I would like to lose that. Personally, but it's fine.
Hey, let's just see what happens next round.
DV 15.
Okay.
He's going to go ahead and start moving away and trying to get a better shot because he's realizing this is stupid to not do so.
I look at it and I'm like, that's fine, run. Run, bitch. Yes.
You remember us saying about they've been getting some nat ones tonight?
Yes.
Yeah. They just died in that one. Nah.
I look at the guy. I'm like, are you blind?
Your mom's blind.
That actually upsets me because I haven't seen my mom in like 40 years.
Yeah. He just heard the, your mom jokes coming from the other side of the atrium, so I thought he was supposed to
Yeah,
do
these
that.
guys are real mature.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they learn from example.
So,
All right, Raven.
so he's got a
Brawl
he's got a
versus brawl. Who will win? Keep in mind, this guy's not taking a ton of damage. He's taking a little bit.
Don't forget about the luck.
So. Oh.
I'm glad I put the luck in.
One point away.
Don't forget about the luck.
Right. Dude, the 2 points of luck. If you had not done those 2 points of luck. Oh, man.
Who would have gotten if I had only put one in?
The defender.
I think tie goes to them. Yeah.
So technically, I'm the defender. since
No,
was
he is.
attacking?
Wait a minute.
He was
No,
on
wait.
defensive.
You know the.
Yeah. We'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
Either way.
That's interesting because they call him the defender because you're grappling him, but then he's breaking out. But it
he's-
doesn't
yeah.
matter. You got 1 point over, so it makes it very clear, so there's no questions.
Yeah, luck is very important.
Blackstone.
Yeah, I'm gonna chase this fucker down. 3, 4, 5. Oh, move over. There we go.
You want to move there? Or you want to move up? One.
That's fine. Move up. It doesn't matter. Or at least to me, it doesn't matter.
Well, up one more means you stay closer within range if he moves further. Is all.
Okay.
That's why I want to suggest that. Yes, it's diagonal, but then it's
Sure. Doesn't matter.
still for
This is fine.
bullets closer. So DB 13.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Spin. Yeah.
So while you're running, you slip a little bit and shot goes wide.
Yeah. Okay. Probably because I'm upset at him
Yep.
insulting my mother.
All right. So that guy's up.
This is fun.
He's going to take a shot at Zid, his good friend. Not such a good friend. She's a
How many
DV
bullets have you got?
17. He has 2 more in his gun right now.
Okay.
That's going to be 1 after that. And that is a hit. Wow. And he's going to get a solid hit.
Yeah, that'll
That's not
hurt.
bad.
That is actually a solid hit.
That'll Blake a lot.
And then he's going to run.
You ain't gonna get very far.
There. So he runs down and around the corner. So yeah, that was a very solid hit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Zid's in a bit of pain, but he's not under the threshold, so.
Yeah, Zid's probably just being made angry too by that.
Oh yeah.
So, in
And
fact,
he just finished reloading. This really wasn't a good idea.
yeah, he doesn't exactly know that. So, yeah, it's your turn, by the way, Zid. So you can go and
Alright, so guess what we're doing?
let me guess, moving down and around the corner and getting within range so you can see him, and then pulling the trigger. Ooh, you're running right up behind his head.
Oh yeah, I'm running all the way up.
So you run right up behind him, like almost point blank as you're both running. You're just like, poof, poof, like almost point blank on him. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's like John Wick, right? Where he gets all super close, almost doing melee combat with his pistols.
I'm right. And we are
the only
going
way to do
to...
it.
Lock on target and fire twice.
To be fair, combat would have ended a long time ago if we hadn't rolled shit.
Same for them. Ooh, that's a solid
Terrible, terrible roll.
hit of low. Oh yeah, guess what?
Oh, okay. He doesn't have any armor left. I keep
Is
forgetting.
he still up?
Gunfu, exactly. Yes.
He's probably staggering.
He's bleeding. And it's another hit. He's seen better days, but yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, he's not down yet. Got to get better rolls than that.
Yeah.
If you're able to roll decent, you can probably take him out next turn pretty easily.
We get the better damage rolls when they have full armor.
Right. Well, that is good because then you still have to get above their armor to start chinking it down. So it's still worth doing.
So Seamus is actually going to go after the one that Zid's going after right now.
Okay.
He's not going to go after the one that Blackstone was going. Why do I keep doing that? Hang on. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Does that get him to where he should be able to see, right?
Yeah, he probably has a little bit of cover.
Okay.
So I'll give him a -1 on his shot.
Which
But-
one can he hit better? Because it looks like he's about this. No, the other one's a little farther away. Right?
Let's see for certain. Pistols. DV15. DV16. So the other one next to Blackstone is going to be a little easier, but
Okay.
the other one's more injured.
Hang on. Let's see. If I don't go this way, if I go this way,
That's going to be a 13.
is that also a 13?
Mhm.
About that.
That there.
All right, we'll go here and we'll finish off.
That's DV15 from right there.
Yeah,
You have to be one closer to be DV13.
okay.
So right
Yeah, I'll do
there's
that.
13.
We'll finish him off. Knock on wood, we'll finish him off.
I mean, this guy's not taking very much damage. He actually still has a decent bit of armor. He just took a crit
not?
hit.
Oh no, okay, I didn't reload. So
You meant to
gonna
last
reload.
turn, didn't you?
I-
Or was it this
I-
turn
I-
you needed to?
It was this turn. It's fine. I'm
Oh,
still
okay.
I reloaded, so I'm done. Or Seamus is done.
Mm-hmm. Doc is up. Doc.
Choke
Yes.
for round 3, I believe.
So that's, 7 more points of damage.
But I do not drop my weapon.
And
I
he
might throw him
is
later.
out cold.
Good.
Yeah. So he's not squirming anymore, so he should
No.
be easier to equip. No, I'm gonna still hold him in front, and actually, I am going to.
I think you should move out. Yeah.
You carrying him with you or leaving him there?
Oh, I'm carrying him. He's still my weapon.
Are you gonna eat him at the other one?
That's yep. That's what I'm doing.
Take your
Hey, might
unconscious
as well
comrade
use him
with
as a
you.
weapon.
Yeah.
Throw item. Dex Athletics D10.
Oh wait, I can. No, I can't do it now because I used my action.
Yeah.
So I'm done.
Well, at least you took one combatant out. He can't try to break free anymore.
Yeah.
That's this guy. He's not too thrilled. He's gonna run and try to be a pain because he doesn't want to die. And that's a 15, so he's gonna go for that. It's gonna have to reload soon. Not too thrilled about that. That is a 17, so that does hit. Yep. And Blackstone takes a 16 hit for 7 damage. Down to 27 health.
Ouch. Yeah, I'm starting to
Feel it?
feel it. Yeah, I'm starting to feel it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, guess whose turn it is? Unconscious guy, and he's going to, oh yeah, remain unconscious.
Absolutely.
Blackstone, you're up.
I've got let's see. I've only got like 3 shots left. Yeah, I've got 3 shots left, so I need to finish. This guy off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I think my move is 5.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. You move 5.
Alright, so yeah, so let me target.
DV 13. See, if you had moved the other one, you would have been 1 further back. So,
Okay.
and in fact, it would be a DV 15 this time instead of 13.
Yeah.
Oh, are you serious?
Oh, Jesus.
That'll miss.
Couldn't
You know, at least you're
roll
not
the other
using a
way?
poor quality gun.
At least it isn't jamming.
That's what I'm saying. At least it's not poor quality, so it's jamming. It's. Yeah.
That's all I got. That's nice. So my dog wants to go back out again. So I'll be back
Right.
later.
Well, Zid, your companion that you're fighting against there is not very thrilled at you.
Oh, shocking.
So he's going to move and shoot at you.
Alright.
He's kind of locked on you because you've been a pain in his backside.
Yeah.
So DV is 16 at that range.
Okay.
Let's see if he actually makes it. Unfortunately, he has a -2 now.
Yeah, that's probably good. Yep.
That's a 19.
Alright.
Oh, no token targeted. I should probably target you first.
Probably.
You know, so I can actually give you the damage. $21.
Alright. Yeah.
Oh, that's a
Cool.
that's a doozy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Down to 12. 8 armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's he rolled well.
Yep.
Ow.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's his turn. Zid? How are you feeling about this guy who just
He screams, right? Ah!
that hurt.
Alright. What stat is shove?
Hmm?
What stat is shove?
Probably athletic.
Probably brawling. For shoving someone?
Brawling or athletic. Yeah.
I don't think they technically have a shove, do they?
Well, are you looking to do damage?
I am looking to push the guy up the fucking roof.
Oh, okay, then it's probably brawling then, I guess.
Yeah.
Mm,
It'd be brawling
my
versus
luck.
brawling.
you know what? He's pissed. He's gonna try it.
I mean, if you roll halfway decent, you can probably take him out with just shooting him.
Does Zid know this though?
He's bleeding. Like, as he's going away, like, he's holding his hand as he's running.
Alright, so
Turned
Zid
and fired a
moves right
shot
up
and then went back
behind
to
him.
holding himself. So he's trying to staunch the bleeding from his wounds.
Sure. I run up behind him. And yeah, we'll shoot, I guess. I mean, it's
I know it's slightly metagaming. At the same time, you can see if someone's wounded and taken, a number of bullet holes and are, leaking juices, which you
What's
can
the difference?
clearly
I'm
see.
just having a look here.
The difference
So
is your probability
a-
of, what's your body stat versus your, what's your body versus your shooting capability, right? Your athletics is a 10 because of your dex, right?
And my shooting is a
brawling.
10.
Your brawling's a base 9. Your handgun is a 10.
Yeah. That's one difference. What's
So
the fall
it's a 1.
if I was to be successful?
He would fall to the first floor and possibly get anyone's attention down there. I mean,
we're shooting.
yes. So it may have already gotten their attention.
Shoot.
Ooh, that is a hit.
Wow. 6.
So he would be just dead if you'd rolled slightly better.
Yep. I can't help that.
Oh. The
Alright,
dice
so Zid lines him up.
and just double taps him.
Alright, what is it?
Oh, he's dead. He's dead.
Goes.
It's kind of amusing that you double tapped him there too, like for story purpose. If you think about it, like instead of just shooting him, right? You don't just shoot him. You walk up and you straight up he's holding himself there, getting ready to reload because he's empty, and you just walk up and you're just like.
This is how I see this. Zid saw something interesting last session, and he's going to apply this in this situation. He saw someone kneecap a guy, right, last session, and so these 2 shots are to both the knees. He's going to go.
The guy just screams out, flops over on the ground, and just finishes bleeding out.
Yeah, I think that's and he goes.
Vengeance is yours, Zed.
There we go. That's my turn.
Seamus, this guy came running right for you, firing back at Zid, hitting him with a major wound. Zid comes running up and just pops the guy in his kneecaps, finishing him off as he screams in pain. There's one guy left conscious who's been shooting at you and Blackstone, who's a good ways ahead of you. You got a move of 7. Do you want to move your 7? Book it up there and just pop him twice. All right. That is what we'll do.
Yes, damn.
Put him down. Put him in the ground.
No.
Did you guys want to use luck or not? Because you wouldn't need to say before I technically rolled, but I should have asked you. So, you guys tell me when to use luck or not. So I'm going to delete that one. Do you want to use luck or not on your hits? He has 3 points of luck left. You say how many to use and if to use them or not.
I think we use. Yeah, I think we use a luck on each and leave him with 1 for the rest of the session.
As you wish. Like I said, since he's not here, I'm letting you guys kind of do it. Luck it up. There you go. Solid. Except, yeah, he has armor. That's a hit. Come on, roll better. That's better. That'll punch the armor. Here we go. Shot through the armor. Now, I will draw your attention to something that may have been missed. These energy pistols use actually something different. And they're actually punching through the armor more, because they're energy rounds instead of non-energy rounds.
Okay.
So, though Blackstone's pistol does more damage, it's not blasting through the armor the same way the energy weapons are.
Okay.
Just wanted to point that out. And it's taken this long in combat. You guys haven't noticed, so I'm giving it to you as though you would have noticed at this point. Because it's starting to, wind down when you guys are able to kind of more focus on just one guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Terminal or dock?
Yes. What's the range?
You
can't
jumped
go
over the
there.
ledge? Yeah, that's down to the pit of the abyss.
Oh, that's a pit. Okay.
Yeah. It's all
that
good.
goes down?
Yeah, you're 3 floors up. If you jump over the rail there, you're going to fall 3 floors.
Maybe later. Throwing. How far can you throw?
That would
Maximum
be one
of
heck of a throw.
25.
I can throw 25.
Max.
Okay, so I can't throw. All right, then I'm just going to drag him along. All right, so. There, that's it.
Okay. He's up. I think he only has one more shot left. Yeah. So it's a 16 or a 15.
Oh, fuck.
He's going to shoot Seamus because Seamus shot him.
Fair enough.
And I don't have a ranged weapon.
That's the other reason.
Well, not one that I've been using. Not that I can't use a ranged weapon right now.
That is a hit. Seamus, here comes your shot.
Ooh,
That's an owie.
decent.
So who wants to get in another fight right after this one?
Oh, yeah. I think we're all spotting for a break, to be honest.
Can we have a break, sir? Blackstone.
Please, sir.
Can I have another? I'd love another whooping, please. Blackstone can't get within range to see the guy because he only has 5 move. So I'm going to go ahead and have him reload as he moves up because that's going to use his turn, and I don't think he wants to run all the way up to the guy
Yeah,
when he's going to be running out of ammo before too long.
sounds right.
Since he's not here, we'll do that. If he wants to change it, he can. But
That sounds good.
time's been ticking on. I'm trying to help us get to the next part. Zid, you're up.
Yep, I will go 1, 2.
You have 7,
Move
right?
Here. Yep. And
So
then
7 would be there, and then yeah, 1,
Yeah,
2,
and then
3.
you said I can't. Just checking with this. Can I use medicine on myself or something? First aid on myself?
Could. If you take another hit, then you destabilize again, and it's called stabilizing, so that you can naturally heal.
I don't think you can stabilize yourself.
Can you not?
Can't.
No. I looked at that. I'm pretty sure. I'll double check.
Assuming you aren't dead, stabilization from a wound is essential to begin the healing process. After successful stabilization, a player will heal HP per day equal to the body stat. The DV for stabilizing a target or yourself Depends on the wound state.
Okay. I will attempt to heal or stabilize myself.
Okay. Now, your current wound state is...
Serious.
wound state is... Come on.
Seriously.
Serious. Seriously wounded is a DV 13 tech first aid or paramedic.
I don't think anyone has paramedic.
Got it.
Oh,
You just made it, so you are stabilized.
There's
So-
no way to show that, right?
That's what I'm looking for.
That's fine. That's fine. So, yeah. Zid limps over to the corridor.
There you go. You got Holy Shield. Holy Shield means you've
Oh,
done your
yeah.
stabilized.
Uh,
It's the closest that looks like a medical thing.
that's fine. Yeah. Limps over, calls out to Seamus. Like, oh, need a second. And he steals himself and stabilizes himself and moves on to whoever's next. Which looks to be Seamus.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how Seamus is down by an odd number of rounds again.
I don't know.
You don't know. Whatever. So Seamus has a move of 7. Yep. And we will have him go ahead and target your favorite person, the guy who won't go down, and double tap him. You want to use another point of luck or not? He has 1 point left. You can say first or second roll or save it.
you know what? Maybe we'll save it's 1 point. Maybe.
Yeah, save his 1 point. Let's have him just shoot. Why? Why?
What was the DC?
13.
There you
Oh
go.
my god. It was a 13?
Yeah.
So we could have had
Get
2
the second
hits.
hit.
Oh well.
Oh, sorry to mention, I just saw your message. I apologize. Bam. This guy's just getting slowly nicked down. His arm is almost gone. Seamus isn't really doing like major hits on him. It's almost like he's like just purposely nicking him and, you know, just slightly wounding him, like death by 1,000 paper cuts sort of thing.
Alright.
He's shredding the guy's armor, but he's not really wounding him badly. Doc, you're up. You can drop your guy and ready your bolter to shoot next time.
I
if you-
think technically, since I was only grappling with one hand and choking, it didn't say I needed 2 hands, did it?
the crossbow needs 2 hands.
No, but I didn't drop the crossbow. I think I was
No.
still holding it.
No,
So I
I'm
just
just
have
saying
to-
that you have to drop him, which is an action, right?
Oh, but to equip it, I gotta.
Because he's equipped, so you have to de-equip him by using an action.
I have to de-equip him.
I believe that's what we read, is that when you unequip him, it's an action.
I can't just let go, but then I have to equip 2 rounds just to get the crossbow back.
I can see you spending an action to do both, since it's in your other hand.
Okay, hold on. I wanted to check something here.
Since I can choose to change the rules, hey!
Hold on, I lost my page. No, I'm. To throw. If I throw him, I'm gonna hit Seamus, even if I could get close enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna move closer.
You bringing the guy with you or dropping him and switching to crossbow?
I'm gonna move him closer, then drop him, and equip the crossbow.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, can I drop him there?
Sure.
Just in case somehow he comes back to consciousness. I don't think it's gonna happen, but still.
Well, I believe it says they are unconscious for... Render them unconscious. I'd have to check the rest of the documentation if it gives that time frame.
But narratively, it's probably not important for the encounter.
Mm-hmm. So this guy is out of ammo. So he's very disappointed because he wants to shoot Seamus. But he's going to duck around the corner. Just run down there, trying to get away. And that's all he can do his turn. So it's Blackstone's turn. You guys want Blackstone to move over and take a shot?
Yeah.
BB 15. Blackstone does have luck. Do you want to burn luck on him? And how many points?
How many points does he have?
He has 6. And he has a rate of fire of 1.
Well, then I think spend a couple points.
2?
2, yeah.
Shall be done. 15 needed. Got it. Alright, come on. Big numbers.
It's not too bad.
Not great, but not too bad. But that does punch through and do a good bit. This guy is now bleeding pretty good.
Okay.
So that was a solid hit. So, we are at the time that, well, technically we're past the time that we usually take a break. Should we take a break, give him a chance to get back?
I think we're gonna finish him off now.
Okay,
Let's take.
it's
a
your
break
turn.
at the end.
That's part of why I'm asking.
So, yeah, I'm gonna just move and shoot him.
Bam, bam.
Yeah. I hear the gunshots.
Oh,
coming
yeah.
in.
You know what his Milorian sounds like, so you know the ring of his high caliber pistol. And you hear the scream right around the corner. So yeah, you just run up there and...
And does the -2 mod still apply even though I've stabilized?
Yes, because you still are wounded. You're just able to start healing. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I've got a 15.
That hits. Ah, not quite enough.
Alright.
Can you do that again? Yep,
Yep.
that's a hit. Big numbers.
That's pretty good.
That's the good news or the bad news? You used an extra bullet, but he went into the negatives.
Nice.
And we're going to take a quick break there. All you viewers, thank you so much for being here. Hang tight, we'll be live in just a moment. We're going to go ahead and hit the, restroom, refill our coffees, stretch our legs. You guys do so as well. Health is important. We're back in just a little bit, and we'll continue this exciting story. to tonight's crazy episode of Kill or Die. Oh, it has been a doozy. That has been for sure. Welcome back, wonderful players. So, the sound of combat finally comes to an end. Silence falls. People listen for a few moments, catching their breath. You guys can check in with each other.
How you guys doing?
Not too good, man. My side is a little bit, and I turn just that little bit towards Blackstone, and he sees like a big gash and wound that I've managed to just cover up, and it's not you can see that Sid's used some first aid to stabilize himself, but it's still kind of nasty looking.
Yeah, I'm looking down, and I'm checking myself, and I'm just kind of coughing a little bit. Not that I'm coughing up blood, because I don't really think I have any internal injuries, but it's weight heavy breathing, like
So
definitely not feeling good.
Probably see Doc come up to where you guys are. Drop the body. It looks like it's still breathing, like he's dragging it along, and he collapses a bit, and he starts trying to stabilize. He looks horrible. His armor's still in good condition, but he looks bad.
So you'll need 2 DV10s for Seamus and Blackstone to stabilize.
Now,
And you'll need a DV13 for Doc to stabilize.
I'll go ahead and roll my DV10.
Okay, because I have a 10 minus 2 right now.
That's part of why I'm mentioning it, because...
So you have a 10 minus 2. Well, I have a base 10 straight. So do you want me to do the stabilizing for you?
Yeah, maybe if you want to do all the stabilizing, I guess.
I don't mind doing that. Here, let me stabilize me first. Where's that? Down there. Okay.
You do have a bit of luck if you want
I
to
do, yeah.
make sure your companions stay around.
I'm gonna do.
Yeah, first help yourself and Seamus.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my. I'm gonna spend a luck point on probably each of us. I'm gonna luck me.
And yeah, it's first aid skill.
Yep. I rolled a 14 on mine. Now I'm gonna do Doc. I'm gonna roll my first aid to stabilize Doc. And I'm gonna spend a luck point.
Are you gonna do Seamus first? Okay.
No, I'm gonna do you.
All right. Well, 19 will work.
That'll work.
And let me see what Seamus's is. Maybe Seamus might be able to do his own.
Seamus is light, so he's a 10.
Yeah. Oh, his base is 7, and he's only got 1 luck left, so I'm not gonna do that. I'll spend mine. I'll stabilize him. I'll try to.
Okay.
I'll put 1 luck in that. Yes.
There you go.
That will play. All right.
Very nice. So everyone is stabilized.
Zid's already stable, right?
Yes, it stabilized himself.
Okay. All right. So everybody's
Actually,
stable.
That's a better one. We'll do that.
And then
That one is a little bit more visible what it is.
yeah.
Does anyone have any critical injuries?
You.
No.
Wow.
That's the funny thing. They did not roll double 6s on his.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't have any crit injuries. I inflicted 1.
Yes.
Shame's
And that guy's dead.
2. Yeah, everybody's dead. So, let's get the armor off of the unconscious dude and get his. I want to get all the rifles All the weapons, because none of them are 4. They're all good.
Keep in mind, that's a lot of weight.
Fine, I'll carry it.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, carrying around
we-
4 assault rifles, a bunch of ammo,
Okay.
things like that does add up.
How long does it take to break it down?
Hmm?
How long does it take to break it down
What do you mean, break it down?
into parts?
Oh, that's a custom rule. You can't probably break that one down into parts the same way.
Oh, all right.
But,
Let's see. Can
don't
I?
know.
Can I? Well, let me examine one of them to see if I can tech any, like, just get an idea of like what we were dealing with. I'm just gonna do like a tech roll, or basic tech roll, or a weapons tech roll. So
I'll go ahead and give you the equipment, but it's up to you to decide if you want to stash it, if you want to try to carry it back. Just know that it's not like carrying around, nothing. It is
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh,
not light.
okay. Well, that's fine. I'd still like to roll the weapons tech to see what I'm dealing with.
Mhm.
Yeah. 20.
So these are military grade assault rifles. They're old, but they are still good. They are still assault rifles.
Okay.
And they are military grade.
Now,
But there's like nothing like super special about them other than their military grade.
Yeah, they're good quality.
Okay.
the assault rifles use auto fire skill.
No, they use
If you
Shoulder
have-
arms.
shoulder
I think-
arms or auto fire.
Oh, right. Okay.
So I put everything on
Yeah.
Blackstone.
On me. So the stuff that's zeroed out, I don't want. If I hit that down arrow, what? Hang on. Yeah, if it's no good, I don't want it. I mean, I know I can repair it.
Yeah,
But like you said, it's a lot to carry.
yeah. And I mean, that's the thing. You can stash it, and you can try to repair it while you rest. You can.
Ooh, that head. Put that head one on.
I was gonna say, yeah, like I only have leathers on my head, but
Oh,
yeah.
forehead. Oh, we can all take a light armor check.
Everyone only has 4 on the head.
Yeah, if you want to hand those out.
Yeah, I would.
Okay, so you want to just trash
But
the
that's-
armor jacks that are 0?
Yeah, I don't want to repair them because I mean we can't like it's not like it's contraband. Like
Yeah.
we can't bring it back.
Yeah, no, it definitely has problems, and that's why I'm
Yeah,
making it clear. But at the same time, I don't want to be like,
yeah.
tell you what to do, right?
And I want to if I swap out my light armor jack that has 8 for a full 11 armor jack. Wait,
That's fine.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, the difference is that the other one won't be wounded. So whoever has the most damaged one should probably swap out for the 11 that's not damaged. And you should be able to open their sheets and drag from your inventory to
Okay.
theirs, I
All right,
believe,
I didn't know that. Yeah.
so that you
You
can
and-
drop
you and
gear on
Zed.
them.
Yeah, you and Zed have 8 of 9s, I think.
So
no,
Seamus has
8.
a 9.
Or
I have an
sorry,
8.
Zed. Yeah, you and Zed have 8. Sorry.
Okay, so let's see.
So since we're doing weapon parts thing, we can probably give you a decent bit of value in weapon parts to recoup if you want to break them down into some parts.
I do. Do I need to roll?
Yeah, do a weapons tech, which I think you said you did that, right?
Yeah, that was the 20. That was
Okay.
when you gave me.
You want to break down all of them, or do you want to see if anyone can use shoulder arms and keep 1, or keep 2, or whatever?
I don't think any of us use shoulder arms.
Technically, no. But I am naturally. I don't know if you want to break them all down. I am, I think, the. Oh, Seamus and I are about the same. Which, actually, the same as you. So the 3 of
Yeah,
us
we're
are all the
sevens.
same. Yeah.
But we haven't put anything in there, so I'm probably not going to use shoulder arms personally. I'm probably going to stick with my handguns. I mean, you have like your archery. I mean, you're an archer guy.
It's same rate of fire 1 for both of them. I'm going to stick with
Keep in mind the assault rifle does do, like your pistol, it does 5d6 damage.
5d6,
And this is just
yeah.
a basic normal assault rifle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
So-
hold on to one, and I'll quote unquote junk the rest. I'll make
Disassemble.
the rest. Yeah, that's funny.
Which technically there's not rules for it, if anyone's wondering. We're homebrewing that part. Well, I'm saying it for the viewers. I've kind of already told you, but
Yeah.
we're homebrewing that section. So, all right, go ahead and do your roll.
If I oh, okay, I'm gonna roll weapons tech.
Good. So, if you look, you have your weapon parts currently. I'm going to add value to that. Instead of giving you more, I'm just going to add value to that.
Okay. So I know that I have
So
my
it's
leathers.
3.
What's that? Oh, that's repair. I don't repair yet.
All right. So I've altered the weapon parts value.
Okay. All right.
And you do have 267 rounds of ammo.
Okay. AR ammo, right? Not like
Rifle
general
ammo.
Okay.
Rifle ammo.
So if we take this light armor jack to the head, is that technically contraband if we put it on?
If you wear it back like you did your leathers,
Yeah.
yeah, it's the same thing with the leathers. However, you can wear it up until you get back to that point if you want to
Okay.
be armored here.
All right.
Just like you're wearing your leather helmet, but you're technically that's contraband, right?
Yeah,
the same sort of thing.
Like everything is contraband basically, except for what they give us. So,
Correct.
I'm gonna give out some light armor to all of my compatriots.
You do notice that this light armor jack, I'm going to go ahead and mark it so you guys can kind of know that's the contraband one because it's named the same thing. I'm just going to put an asterisk at the beginning of it so you know that's the contraband one because they're named the same. Is the same thing as the other ones that you have, but it's a earlier version. So you can see how it shifted from the style here over to the style it is now that you have, right? So there's there is similarities in it, but they are obviously of the same manufacturer style. It's just you have the newer model.
Okay. One more. I've got one more to give out to Zid.
That's why I wanted to tell you you should have the ability to do that so that you're aware.
It worked for everybody except Zid.
Except Zid?
Yeah.
Oh, I know why. You know what? I know exactly what happened. Give me a moment. I'll fix that.
No worries.
Try now.
Yes. Okay.
So you guys were only owner of your own, not of everyone else's. So I made everyone owner of everyone so you guys can interact with each other.
Sweet. So so everybody has the light armor jack to the head, the 11 out of 11. I have the 11 out of 11 armor jack to the body, and the 8 out of 11. Let's see. That one's equipped.
Who had the most armor taken? So
I did. Well, I had 8 out of 11.
Zid has 8 out of 11.
Zid also had 8 out of 11.
Yeah, and then Seamus and I had 9.
Seamus, yeah, and Which is funny given that you were the quickest damaged.
Yeah.
It's just that was
Well,
such a massive hit.
40 damage reduced to 30.
Yeah.
I think I'm good.
That was just crazy. Now, I did point out, I don't know if you were here for it, that the energy weapons do something a little different than the standard ballistic guns.
Sure.
They shred armor better.
Yeah. I figured that's the reason why my weapon was probably better to use than the energy one.
Well, the energy weapons are better to abate the armor. It abates the armor quicker, it shreds the armor,
Okay.
but it doesn't do as much damage to organics
Oh.
as yours.
Okay.
But it does punch through the armor more.
All right. So I'm beat. I'm beat from this. I kind of want to just gather my thoughts and think about. Like, I need to like gather up and go and like go back to the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
And talk to Duder that
Slackjaw.
yeah, let him know what happened, even though he probably heard all the gunfight, all the ringing. Yeah, we need to go back downstairs. Unless anybody wants to clear rooms, but I don't think we need to clear rooms.
You do know 2 rooms that are up here have been cleared.
Yeah.
So you
none of
could
the
bar
other rooms
those
are
and try to
cleared.
rest. Or you could go downstairs into a
Mhm.
small cramped room and try to rest. But the problem is you're not going to rest very well here because you guys know there's conflict
Yeah.
potential, right?
Yeah, we're not.
I mean, we've been in 2 combats that have been very loud,
Yeah.
and nobody's come out
Yeah,
other
that's
than the
true.
ones that we've had. So unless like they're in comas or something,
They're either understand the danger of combat, like I think you
Mhm.
guys are understanding the dangers of combat now. Combat is dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Or yeah, they're not interested. It could just be that they understand combat is dangerous and they don't currently feel like they want to risk their lives for it.
yeah.
You got the
if
feeling-
we go poking them at the bear, they probably will risk.
I mean, there's a difference between going out and seeking and defending yourself.
Yeah.
Um,
So gentlemen.
you do know that this group that you guys fought was definitely a lot more prepared and willing to go hunting based on what they were equipped with. The others you've seen had lesser gear. If you remember the guys you took out pretty quick, right? They weren't as skillful.
Yeah.
They didn't have very good gear. Where these guys were equipped, they had good gear. They had good skill.
Yeah. So I personally I'd like to like take a moment and like look around and see if there's anything else up here that we need to focus on.
Yeah, I think a quick look, because if they were here, they might have left some supplies.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think, unless they hid them, I don't know if we're going to go through that detailed of a search, but a quick look around everywhere,
Yeah.
I think might
You want
be
to bust down all the
important.
doors?
You just need to be careful, man. You don't
Yeah.
know what is going to be behind said doors.
Now,
And I'm looking kind of rough, man. We did
You wanna
not
take a
come
breather?
for any of that. Sure, value is good, but life is better, man. And finding this mind is what we came here for, after all.
Yeah.
so you guys do know that all the other rooms you've passed have the same sort of a door and markings, except for the 2 next to the stairs. There's 2 rooms next to the stairs that are labeled as utility closets or access points or other rooms, right? They're employee-only sort of doors. Don't enter unless you're supposed to be here sort of things. Where all the other rooms look like they're standard, like apartment or quarters doors, like where people would actually have stayed and lived. So you get the feeling that this complex, they were all put in here and remained here and were stayed here. These were their living quarters, except for these 2 doors right next to the stairs.
Okay.
There could be additional people or stuff in the other rooms. You don't know. Those are just apartments, except for the 2 right next to the stairs.
Okay. All right, guys. Do you want to do like 1 in each, 2 in each room, just to take a peek?
I think I might sit down and have a breathe, man.
That's not a bad idea too. I totally
But
understand.
you go for your life. Just be
Yeah.
careful, man.
Absolutely. Well, I'm gonna go into this room.
Okay. You see there is basically HVAC system and stuff that keeps the air circulating and purified in here. You did see through some of the windows, there was a pipe overhead. Now, behind the windows, they kind of put mushrooms or flowers or kind of decorated to make it look nice. Some of them had like an artificial screen there, so it looked like a fake window.
Yeah.
But behind them, you did see piping that had the air that the rats travel through. And you notice this connects to that system.
Okay.
It's
Nice.
off, which is
Okay.
part of why everything's so stale down here.
Okay.
There's
Is
minimal
there,
power.
Ah. Okay. Can I if I do I have the aptitude to figure out if there's a way to restore power?
You need to find where the power comes from
Okay.
to be able to kick the power back on and restore it.
All right. If I go into the other room, do you think that's where probably the power might be?
Maybe it might be on a different floor.
Okay. Let's
That's
go
the
into
thing.
other
Like, you
room.
don't know if it's on this floor or another floor. You don't have enough details yet to know that
Okay.
answer, right?
Cool.
So-
I'll go around to the other room and just take a peek in there really quick.
Yeah, in that room you do actually see that it's labeled as generator. I don't remember how many was generator. I think that's 2. I think the other floor had generator 1.
All right.
I'm just double checking my info. Yeah, that's generator 2.
Okay. It's off, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a way? Is there a way to restore power?
You can try.
Yeah, let's do that. Um.
That is within your wheelhouse of skills that you can
Okay.
attempt.
I would
So-
say basic tech.
I would say electronics because it's
Okay,
electrical.
That's fine too. Yeah, that works.
Um,
Electronic security tech.
I mean, I could see grounds for basic tech, but I could also see grounds for electronic. It's not the security side of it, but it is electrical.
Yeah. That's fine. I'll do electronic security tech. I got 1 more left. Let's not that man. I don't think I did very well. That's just above a basic.
Yeah. Be able to get rudimentary functions on. You can do some basic functions now.
So if I roll basic tech, then I might be able to do better. Now that I've got rudimentary.
Now that you
power.
got it somewhat running, you can try to optimize it with basic tech
Okay.
using the console, which that's kind of the power console is the light device there, right? That you're standing on top of originally.
Sure.
The one with the pipes coming out of it, that's the actual generator. And then
Okay.
that's that. The boxes over there are just empty containers.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go roll basic tech.
Okay. It's the best one I could think of for optimization sort
One.
of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd
What
be
does 20 get me?
optimization or science, I guess, could work. I'm just trying to think of what skills would work.
Sure.
But yeah, basic tech is, I can see that working. 20, yeah, so you're able to optimize it and kind of reroute some of it from unneeded systems.
Yeah.
Like you disable all of the artificial screens,
Okay.
right? So the artificial
Yeah.
windows that they had in the rooms where
Mhm.
they made it look like you're looking out on, other property to make it feel more like at home. You
Yeah.
disable all those
Yeah.
and reroute that power. And
Okay.
like you find like the unneeded things like some of the rooms had lights under the sink so that they could light up when you're washing your hands, give you additional light, right? And you're like,
Yeah.
don't need that. So you disable all the unneeded stuff, reroute the power, and you're able to get it up and working. So now you think you might have enough power that you can try to get the air system back
Okay.
up and running.
Yeah. I like that idea. So let's go back over here. Do another, I think another basic check roll to get that on.
Mm-hmm.
23.
So you guys are out there relaxing as Blackstone's running around, and all of a sudden you hear and then you start feeling a breeze. And you hear screeching
Yeah, that's what
from
I was going for.
hundreds of critters screaming about the discomfort. They're not happy.
Yeah.
They're
Good.
very not happy. You hear them scurrying in all the vents. So I'm going to give you a chance to decide what you want to do as you hear very, 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 very much activity in the vents.
So I'm gonna come out and let them. Hey guys, got the power on. Got it.
You probably
Got
see
it
them
working
looking
very
around.
well, and now obviously you can hear. You can hear our friends in the vent are quite unhappy. I'm open to ideas.
So Sid goes, and I thought there was someone else among us that was doing stupid things, man.
Hey, the air's not stagnant anymore.
No, it does
Oh,
feel
good.
it does feel cooler. It feels better, and it does smell. Well, it doesn't smell less stank yet, but you get a feeling if
Yeah.
it keeps going, it will.
So I'm pretty sure that we're gonna experience an influx of the local wildlife.
Oh, I'm in perfect shape for that, man. I appreciate drawing your attention to us for.
So while I was doing all this, I gave you a few minutes to breathe, my friend.
You do know that there's no vents in the stairwell,
So
and the vents in the rooms tend to only have one vent. But out here in the corridor, there's a number of vents in the main walking and working area.
I'm gonna go over here to the wall. I'm gonna knock on the wall and ask our friend to come out. Hey, can we come out and have a chat?
You can come in here and have a chat. I don't want to be out there with all those critters who woke up. He's like hiding in the corner.
Yeah. Hey. Calm
Shut the
down.
door.
Okay, the door's closed. So I'm sure you heard all the stuff, all the gunshots. We are alive. We can handle ourselves. We will protect you.
He looks at your bandaged wound.
So, hey, look at me. I'm alive. My comrades are alive. You're alive. We just fought off 10 people.
But the beast.
You have air movement. I restored power to the air vents. It's not gonna smell like dank, dirty mold. Like, we can work on the creatures. Okay? We can work on the creatures. This is like what I did and what we did. We took care of multiple problems. One, we took care of whoever the hell the tunnel snakes are. Two, we took care of this paramilitary outfit that was probably a problem for you guys. Three, we restored power to the air circulation systems. So I feel pretty confident that we can handle the creatures.
Okay. Good luck with that. I'm going back to Boz now.
Okay.
Good luck.
Yep.
Hope
Bye-bye.
you find him.
Me too.
And yeah, and he like scampers down, kind of terrified of what he called the
Okay.
beast, the creature.
So I open the door and I come out, and I let them know. He ran back home. He's losing his mind about like all the creatures that just got woken up. I feel pretty good about our chances of handling this.
Are you guys?
Now we need to find the mine.
Are you guys doing anything, or just chilling there?
Yeah, Zid is doing something. Zid would sit down and he would scrape with, I don't know, with a sharp object, maybe a bullet or I don't know, something into the metal. And as Blackstone's talking, and he just scrapes little lines, and he crosses out every fourth one, and he makes his age 27. He does 27 of these, and he looks at Blackstone and he says, "Well, it's been nice knowing you, man."
Zid, my friend. Zid. Okay.
You hear a vent pop open from back down the sides.
Dream. I love it. I love it, Ezreal. It's great.
And that's where we'll pick up next week.
Perfect.
Well,
So
I hear that sound, that noise, and I just stop talking and I listen to see if it happens again.
that's actually where we pick up next week, is right
Yeah,
after
okay.
you hear the noise.
Okay.
Because yes, something else will happen.
Sweet. Even better.
Yep. Yep.
All this for the mind.
Yeah.
This mind guy better be worth it.
Well, I mean, if you don't complete your mission, you can always potentially come back for a second try, right?
Hmm.
New characters.
Dash 3.
We'll see which one it is, because you don't know. You're out of the main area. Be interesting. But hey, I hope you guys enjoyed.
I hope, Azrael, that you're not feeling bad in yourself, and this is just character roleplay. Like, I love it.
No,
I
no.
love what happened, and I'm
good.
not upset about it.
No, I'm fine.
I hope you guys had a blast. And viewers, thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's been a crazy ride. Be sure to tune in next week to see if we have a party or if everyone's dead. Enjoy the story. We'll see you then.